Yellow. Shortest intro of all time. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Where? I still think this is one of the best emotes, by the way. Took some editing to do this. Very short and no white rabbit? Yes. This is just gonna be very short, very chill stream. Maybe we can discuss a little bit what we expect for tomorrow. Totally not just you editing the live stream while it being offline. Wait, huh? Does that do something? Do you get like a notification or something? Or okay. Yeah, oh, let's go for some music. Of Iron Pillar boost, let's go. Yeah. Got a notification and link to the stream, which was offline like before you started it? Because I so for the multiple output now on my OBS studio, I have this multiple output plugin now to stream multi-stream basically. And I do have to, in order for YouTube stream to start actually, I have to go live first on YouTube. Otherwise the YouTube stream won't start. How was Tattoo? Very good, very good. Much faster than expected, I have to say. Much faster than expected. And then I kind of decided I would just chill today. But yeah, I'm bored. I'm just bored. I just want to stream. I just want to hang out with you all. So it's, I don't know. I might be stream recorded by now. I think I might be addicted to this. I don't know. Or I might just enjoy this a lot. I think that is the more positive outlook on that. Wait, where's Twitch stats? Twitch stats. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Tattoo was very nice. Like the spot was actually not as bad as expected. I kind of expected Throat to be much worse. It's mostly the same for every tattoo ever, and that is the last 30 minutes always suck. But that is no matter where. It doesn't really matter where the tattoo is, what the tattoo is. It's always just like the last hour, last 30 minutes around that. Those suck. But other than that, it's kind of fine. I never had any problems. This is true. I have my shaft tattooed. Okay, for that, maybe everything sucks. And now it sucks too, mostly. What do you have on... Do you have, like, the length tattooed on it? Or what? Or like a measuring unit or something? So yeah, this is the graveyard, basically, of me testing fire builds off stream yesterday. Yeah, conclusion. Fire builds absolutely suck. Like, completely suck ass. It's... The scale is meters, yeah. I did not expect fire to suck this bad. I tried it yesterday, so yesterday I was doing so much theory crafting. I continued it on the Chronomancer. Continued it on the Chronomancer, didn't really find a pathway to make it work. Like mapping, don't get me wrong, like mapping, no problem at all. Mapping, no problem at all. Like, I feel like you can make every single, like, you can make everything work for mapping. Yo, got the new tattoo done? Yes, Blade. I'm just talking about the Firebolt Blade, since I did do some stuff. Where did Bot Rabbit go? No, Bot Rabbit is still alive, like. The Botrix thing is, that is my multi-chat. Guys. The Botrix, what is it called? Botrix thing in YouTube chat. That is just my multi-chat. That is my multi-chat plugin. Hot Rabbit still alive and kicking. Hot Rabbit is important. So yeah, the conclusion kind of is, damn, fire is bad. Did you get that amazing Megalo in the end? No, I didn't. But thank you for reminding me. Let's try that one again. I did find a Megalomaniac that is insane for fireballs. Let me try to remember. It was Immolation, I think. It was, I think, Leaping Ambush. Maybe we can find it like this. Yeah, now it's just gone. What else was it? It was Total Incineration, like. Right? Yeah. Yeah, now it's not here. It's actually, yeah, those three. It was Leaping Ambush, Total Incineration, and I forgot already again. Immolation, yeah. So, I found a Megalomaniac yesterday. That was these three. Leaping Ambush, Total Incineration, and Immolation. Basically, 3 perfect allocations for fire. For 20 divines, but yeah. So, after I tried to make fire work on the Chronomancer, it works like super smoothly on mapping. Like, mapping is totally fine. I feel like you can make every build work for maps. No problem. Especially when you have like some currency to spend. You can make every build you want for maps. That's not a problem. The problem is bossing, single target. They have to have forgotten some things about in like some zeros in fire. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Like the character yesterday I tried, it was literally everything on the tree here. I did go a line yesterday on the Blood Mage. Let me just show it. For Ice Nova, which setup would you recommend? You mean support gems? Let's try it from my brain. Spell Cascade, Magnified Effect. Fuck. Fuck. What? How did I... Magnified Effect, Spell Cascade. I have Mobility as well. Okay, you're making me look it up. Why do I not remember? How do I not remember this? What? Cold Mastery. Arcane Tempo. So, just go over it again. Cold Mastery, Magnified Effect, Spell Cascade, Arcane Tempo. And I am using Mobility. I'm not even sure if it works. The last one, you can go Electrocution as well, so you just stun everything. Especially when your damage isn't as high as mine, I think Electrocute is very good here. Because it just freezes and stuns at the same time. You're just super safe. So yeah, let me show this. I kind of thought, so yesterday I kind of thought when we take Total Incineration, that will solve the bossing issues, right? It will absolutely do. It didn't. Like, this character is so optimized. Like, it uses pretty much a, if this was lightning, this is like a, if fire was matter, this is like a mirror tier wand. We're using a series in this case. Like, I even used an attributes all res warrior now. Used like very good rings for what we're actually doing, because we're kind of stat stacking on this one. Like, everything's super optimized. Like, look at this line here. This line on the passive tree is basically just fire. It's only fire. I'm even going down to Avatar of Fire with Fulmination here. Like, wrong. Everything is just fire optimized. Everything. And you don't do any damage with it. It's insane. It's no damage at all. I tried Flame Blast, I tried Firestorm, I tried Cast on Minion Death with SRS. The damage is just abysmal. It's just abysmal. It's insane how bad it was. And that shouldn't be the case. Like, there needs to be there must be, would be like #1 now for my predictions for tomorrow. Like fire has to be better after tomorrow or after 4th of April, because how else do you make fire work? Like this is everything you can take fire-wise. This is probably, if this is a lightning spell wand, this is insane. Like all completely maxed out skill gems, like very good optimized gear, fire flower. Flame Blast was like level 34 or something when I used it yesterday, like 34 or something, because I was also using a Prism of Belief +3. And the Flame Blast just does not do anything. I don't even know how much Magnitude of Ignite I stacked here. So yes, I was stacking Magnitude of Ignite. So this is 40% increased damage against ignited enemies. Ignite duration, like increased damage with hits against ignited enemies. Total incineration. Increased magnitude of ignite. More increased magnitude of ignite. Fire damage. Everything. Just everything. And it just doesn't do anything. I just think they forgot something here. They must have forgotten about something here. There's no way this is the intended damage for fire. There's just no way. So yeah. Let's see after tomorrow. I'm still hopeful for the future for a firebolt. Like very hopeful. So should we make like a small prediction chart and we just should we do some predictions, wishes, like predictions, wishes, fears? I don't know. Should we do something like that? And let's be a little bit more positive than most of the other streamers here. I did the mistake of watching some of the other streamers today while not streaming myself. Damn, the negativity is already at a max level. Holy. Prediction, armor nerf, reduced attack speed on maces. Okay, I will predict fire buff. That's also a wish. Or should we just go wishes? No prediction, wishes. So wishes. Fire buff. Build variety. What else needs to be buffed? Mind over matter nerf? Wishing for better crafting? Better crafting. Better deterministic crafting, right? Deterministic? Oh my god. Is this how you spell it? Deterministic crafting? Yo, pink! More supports and skills. More supports and skills. Skill increase, skill usage variety. Right? That's what you mean, right? Because Spark, Tempest Flurry, Domination needs to end like that, right? Auction house? Oh yeah. You gotta pray harder for auction house, my dude. It is something they said. It will be something they will think about in the future, though, right? He said that. Jonathan said that a while ago. I wasn't even aware that they actually said they will think about that in the future. Oh, I might need to add that we're doing patch predictions and wishes. I know zero chance for the Delve system. Oh yeah, I mean not just Delve, but More endgame stuff to do. I do that in caps. More endgame play variety, more endgame stuff to do. Increase of build variety. Oh, also, not just hunches. Druid, please, Jonathan. I think also, I don't think we should go in with the expectation that another class is going to be the surprise. I don't think you should expect surprises, obviously. I think that might be a logical statement, right? But I do think it would be bad. I kind of think it would be bad a little bit, at least for the timeline, at least, if it's just hunches. That would be kind of... I mean, I'm not expecting a release this year. The game is not coming out this year. Remove small objects, stopping walking, underground monsters, body blocking before appearing. That's just like quality of life, right? More quality of life and game smoothing. Auto pickup for splinters. Less body block, etc. Do you think Standard League can play new content? No. I don't need to think that. No, that's never gonna be the case. I just reached 350k damage per hit on just my ciphering strike, and that's not a crit, nor is it including my wolves. Nice, nice. Congrats, that's good. Give me more endgame stuff, GGG. PvP? You're actually opening the can of PvP in ARPGs? That has been discussed so many times before and was always a failure, I feel like. Auto pickup for splinters would be massive. Oh yeah, we would. That would be good for my hand. I am getting older. Newsflash, I am getting older. My hand is actually not invincible anymore. I can't just play 16 hours a day anymore without my hand hurting for some reason. Yesterday I thought about buying like a bandage or whatever it's called. I kind of thought about buying one of these here. Wrist support, get those. Got those. Yeah, why not, right? Oh, this is like super. Why is this not dark mode? Amazon, please. Anything not being dark mode these days is just... you've got one for each wrist? Oh, you're old too. Nice. Yo, Yuki, hello. Yellow. A pink one? Nice. Oh, there was a pink one? Yeah, of course. My mouse is pink too, so... Years of drumming and construction and gaming ruined my hands and wrists, yeah. For me, it was like my fingers, no joke, are I don't know what it's called in English. Like, what is Arthrose in English? Osteo. Oh my god, osteo. What is this word? Osteoarthritis. I have that in my right hand in all of my fingers because I was boxing and kickboxing for like 15 years, and yeah, apparently punching a sandbag every day for like hours on end doesn't really it's not really good for your hands apparently. Not messing with you? No, Pink. I'm very small, but I'm mean. No, I'm not. I'm actually quite nice. All my fingers shoulders never fuck from being a goalkeeper in handball for a decade. I believe you. I believe you. Goalkeeper in handball fucks up your fingers, yes. You did Muay Thai for 5 years? Nice. What's this? What's what? Yeah, knack. No, actually, I don't look like that. I did like... Okay, I will talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
No, I did boxing, MMA, like kickboxing for a long while, but I don't have like a lot of muscles. I'm very lean. I'm pretty, like right now, I'm like 70 kilos now. So I'm pretty lean. Not a lot of muscles on my body. Okay, 95. I'm very small though. I'm very short. I'm 171 or 170 or something. Like with shoes, maybe 173. I'm very short. You're 190? Yeah, then 95 kilo is nothing, right? That's still like very normal, right? Idealgewicht, we would say. Or my doctor would say. Okay, what else do we have? Like, fire buff should not be the first one here. Build variety, fire buff. Anything else that is like very underloved, like chaos maybe? I don't know. Like crossbows. I don't even know. Quantity on items? You mean quantity of like rarity? Thorns buff, please. Oh damn, I'm still on the wrong character. Thorns buff. I don't know about that one. Oh wait, but they did showcase like a build on YouTube that was like a Thorns build, mostly. Where's the Path of Exile YouTube, by the way? Oh, by the way, I am thinking about streaming Diablo 2 a little bit in before the update. I kind of fell into the Diablo 2 rabbit hole videos on YouTube again, because there's like a YouTube. I didn't know this creator before. There is a Diablo 2 YouTuber that got pretty big in the past few months. He's doing like super amazing Diablo 2 videos, and they get like insane amounts of clicks for Diablo 2. So I've kind of fell into the YouTube Diablo 2 rabbit hole, and now I want to play Diablo 2 again. Want a little Gamba action? Yeah, of course. Why not? This is like gonna be very chill stream. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna play the game actually. We're just gonna talk a little bit of talking, a little bit of chilling. Why not? Damn, all the big ones are back today. Like the top 4 streamers on Path of Exile 2 right now. Rutu, Fabgon, Karn, and Pulseron. All of them are back. Everyone's back. Okay, we have a small Gamba action here. Wait, why do we have 2? Okay, first we destroy some rings. Okay. Successfully destroyed. And we go for Doriani. I don't even know what this is. Heroic tragedies? I don't know. Oh fuck, not Fopgun. No, all of the people all of the big streamers are back now. Hey guys. Hey guys. Okay, quality is on there. I feel like we're getting it here. Oh wait, this is attributes res. Oh god, this is actually something then. I feel like we're getting the 5th socket here. I have a feeling for some reason. Yeah, see? I don't know, I felt it. I felt it. Baba Vanga? Is that Baba Yaga or what is that? I felt it. I don't know why. Nice, Baker. Let's go. Manifestation? Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on manifestation. A cousin from which? Wish. No, it might be because my brain is getting a lot of oxygen today. My wife bought like what is it called in German? It's nasal strips. Because for some reason, for the past 2 weeks, I've been snoring like crazy at night, and I do get like air pretty badly. I did break my nose. In my life, I broke my nose, I think, 4 times. So I think my septum is just very bad and deviated. So, but I was always very used to not getting like a lot of air through my nose. And she bought like some nasal strips. And I am wearing them right now, and I've never had this much oxygen, I think. This is insane. Can you DM me which? It's like a German, like from a German DM store, so I don't know. You sound an octave higher too? I do, actually? Wait, actually? Oh, then I need to remove them again. Do I sound different? What do you mean? What do you mean I sound different? Extra oxygen allows you to see the future confirmed? Yeah, actually. Actually. Okay, let's go over more of the wishes here for the upcoming patch next week. But yeah, I always kind of thought about getting like an operation, but I would need my insurance to pay for that, obviously, because that would cost a lot. But yeah, I don't think it's a surprise that you can't really breathe through your nose that well if your nose was broken like 4 times. But yeah, you win some, you lose some. Oh, no. Okay, what did I want to do? I wanted to open the Path of Exile YouTube channel. Let's look at some stuff. Let's look at some stuff here. Okay, Chrome, properties. Damn, the song. So they showcased. Oh wait, what is this?
Good morning.
Yo, Scott OEM. Thank you for following. Oh damn, I was so bored today. I watched like 2 Sunny V2 videos. I don't know why though. And now I'm just getting them recommended here. I also watched this video, as you can see.
Okay.
You see Bill Burr? Yeah.
Big Shack. Old a sneak.
Yeah, my YouTube algorithm might be. Yeah, I love Bill Burr. I have a Bill Burr poster above my PC right now, with a big 50 on it because I went to the 50 tour in London, and he signed the poster for me, and yeah, that is hanging above my PC right now. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Math. Every day, man's on the block. Smoke trees. See your girl in the park? That girl was a Uckus. When the thing went quack, 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 your men were ducking. Why do I know all of this? Why? I've seen Billboard like 3 times, worth every penny. Yeah. I've seen him 2 times actually, only 2 times. But I feel like it's easier to see him when you're from the East Coast of America, right? I'm happy that I saw him once in Berlin, and I saw him once in London in the Royal Albert Hall. That was super awesome. So yeah, what is this? Oh god, it's loud. Mostly. So what is this? I'm sorry, my ADHD. Oh, it's a guild. Ah, that's the Twitch drop. That's the Twitch drop we are gonna get on the channel tomorrow as well. So, hashtag ad. Looks like a briefcase, not a guillotine. Okay, like... Guys, you get this for free. You don't have to use it. You get this for free. You don't have to use it. Okay, it's not only negativity. I shouldn't. Thanks GGG for curing me of my PoE addiction. Yeah. Go play something else then. Or don't. Like, no one cares. At this rate, the game will leave early access and... Damn. Oh, nice. A positive comment. Damn, actually someone with the ability to enjoy stuff in life. Oh my. Actually a person with the ability to enjoy something in life. Amazing. That's rare nowadays. Fix your endgame, then we'll come back. 51 upvotes. Okay, they did do like a... Oh yeah, I like this one. Like, I really like what they did here with this one.
Welcome
like,
to Build Showcase.
Build Showcase, I like that.
We'll take a look at the amazing builds from the community that have caught our attention.
That have caught our attention.
This build by Kaltorak, you can delight in killing monsters by doing absolutely nothing. No active skills. Not
I like how they did this.
So how does it work?
This one, like the first build showcase they do, they actually do one showcasing it, saying, "Yeah,
skills,
you don't have to do anything. You don't even need to one button."
So how does it work?
Isn't this amazing?
The answer begins with Arctic Armor. This skill deals cold damage to enemies that hit you with melee attacks. A lot of work has gone into making it a primary skill. First, we have to enable the cold damage from Arctic Armor to inflict poison by using the Plague Finger unique gloves. Then you can simply invest in spell levels, cold damage, and poison magnitude to plump up those damage numbers. To spread the poison to packs of enemies, Kaltorak is using Herald of Plague. This skill spreads the most damaging poison on an enemy to other nearby monsters. Combined with the Bursting Plague Gem, which detonates enemies in a burst of poison, this gives us the clearing ability required for the build to function. Of course, this build spends a lot of time getting hit, so it's important to invest heavily into defenses, especially Energy Shield. We can also make full use of Mind Over Matter, which uses mana essentially as an extra life pool. This build has no use for mana, so it's an easy grab. And there you have it. We can now run around melting enemies without lifting a finger to hit them ourselves. This extremely gimmicky build
this is super cool.
Well,
I like this.
being able to clear tier 15 and tier 16 maps with relative ease. However, Kaltorak stresses that this build is strictly a silly goose time, with lots of shortcomings that could easily be solved by using actual skills, but where's the fun in that? We love this build because it's a great example of what can be achieved by forgoing optimal choices and going all in on a creative concept. For more information on this build, check out Kalturok's written and video guides in the description.
I mean, I just kind of said, like,
This one's whack.
what did they say?
That this build
Like, this works on T15, T16 maps?
With lots
I
of
mean-
shortcomings that could easily be solved by using actual skills.
I just said this
But here's the
earlier
fun
on the
map.
fire build, right? I do
We
feel
love
like you
this build
can
because
make
it's a great example
most of the
what
stuff
can be
in the
achieved
game
by
work on
fulfilling
T15,
optimal choices and
T16
going
maps.
all in
The
on a
problem is
creative
gonna be
concept.
single target damage. But this is
For more
super
information
fun.
on this build, check out Kalturok's
This
written
looks
and video
very
guides in the
satisfying,
description.
100%. And you just need WASD. Looks super fun and boring at the same time. Yeah, that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah, this one's whack.
Yeah, this one's whack. What did they say in there? Oh, damn. I guess. Oh yeah, we can... Damn, 500,000 clicks for a
Spirit guide
25-second teaser.
We, the mountain born, with spear and cunning. A new hunt dawns.
Amazing. Damn, everything is just all of Sunny V2 videos now. Diablo 4's new season was essentially that class. What was it? What was Diablo 4's new season class? What was it called? Props on Kalturok for getting mentioned officially. Yeah, that's the dream, right? That's the dream, right? So, should my plan be just make completely off-meta fun builds? So, they might feature one of my builds. This Spear Spiritborn? Ah, okay. Oh, tomorrow's just a reveal. Next week is release? Yes, release is April 4th. Tomorrow at around this time, I will start my stream. No, earlier actually. Like in 23, 22 hours or something, I will start my stream. We will enable the drops, and yeah, 8 p.m. CET will be the reveal stream, and we watch it here together. Yo, Baker, have a good one. See you tomorrow. See ya tomorrow. The fun part of the game, IMO, is build experience. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, you need currency for that. Yes, begin, but also there needs to be more stuff that is gonna be viable. Like yesterday, I had like a crisis with myself because I was sure I min-maxed the absolute everything out of the fire stuff. Like everything was made for that. Everything was like done for that, and it didn't work with anything. I feel like on the fire builds, especially just using this as an example, the fire stuff, I feel like even throwing like 2,000 divines on it, it's not gonna be even close to what you can do on a Gemling Tempest Flurry with like 5 divines. And that's bad game design in my opinion. Everything should at least be possible, I feel like. I know this is like very idealistic and like, yeah, just make everything work forehead, but it shouldn't be in the state that it is now. That's like a Gemling isn't a good baseline. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of exactly my point. It's kind of exactly my point, that the baseline is kind of screwed right now, and I hope they really establish. That's a very good word to use. I feel like I do hope they establish a new baseline, basically.
Good morning.
Right? Yo, Pilchy X. Thank you for the follow. Why do I know that name? I don't know. That seems familiar for some reason. So I think that is a good way to describe it. I hope they just establish a new baseline, pretty much. Establish a new build baseline. I mean, it's always gonna be the case. The thing is, it's always gonna be the case. Was here the other day. How did your breaching crafting go? Ah, yeah. Now I remember, Pilchi. You gave me some stuff. Other than the one ring we crafted, it went terrible. We did get a good short out of it, though. Let's see it here. We did get a good short out of the whole stream, so that's a plus in my book. We did get this short out of it. Oh wait. Damn, do I actually need to do the properties every time? Yeah, I do. I mean, that's the plus. For me, as someone who does tries to do content, getting a short out of a stream like this is the best thing that can happen. So we at least got this one out of this. Ah! Oh! Oh! Wait. Ah! Why? Ah! 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 What am I doing? Ah! What is this? What is this abomination? Yeah, ring crafting in a nutshell. It's so much. Hello, Rabbit. How's your tattoo? It's amazing. It went very well. I almost fell asleep at one point, but yeah, it went super good. I do have a new appointment. I wanted to make a new appointment, and the first suggestion was, yeah. I mean, we can do like beginning of April, and I was like, nope, I can't. Remove one-shot meta? Yes. Oh, yeah. Remove oil. How do we word this? Player power too high. I'm just gonna put this in quotes. One-shot meta. Either you one-shot or get one-shot. Has to end. Actual pinnacle bosses. Zesht is a fucking target dummy now. Why? Random trash mob shouldn't one-shot 8k EHP either. Yeah. I'm not opposed to the game being hard. I should say that. I'm not opposed to the game being hard at any level. I do enjoy a game being hard. I do enjoy a game where you actually have to do stuff in order to get stuff back. That makes sense. But yeah, randomized kills don't feel good. Being one-shot randomly or like weird stuff happening randomly, it doesn't feel good, obviously, right? Level 90 gear? What do you mean, Blade? I think remove one-shots is kind of hard, but yeah, it's always gonna happen. Like one-shots to you as a character, that will still happen. That will never be gone. There will be one-shots in the future. You will get one-shot by certain mechanics, and some mechanics are supposed to be one-shots. But it needs to be telegraphed, right? I need to understand when I get one-shot or when I die. I need to have a basic understanding what just happened to me, if that makes sense, right? If I know, oh yeah, I fucked this up. I fucked this mechanic up. I went wrong here, or yeah, this is just, I don't know, this was fire damage. My fire res is reduced during this fight or something. If I understand what just happened to me after the one shot, I'm not mad at all. That's totally fine. If I'm just like, what the fuck just happened to me? Why? What? And how do I improve this next time? And I just don't, and I can't. That's obviously what I don't want, right? Damage graph of what you died on, death recap. I think that's unfortunately not gonna happen. That's definitely a wish, yes. Like death recap, it's like League of Legends, for example, or like Dota or something. They have like death recaps, right? Or even World of Warcraft had that one. World of Warcraft has death recaps as well, right? In like Mythic Plus and stuff. If you died, I think you can see what did the actual damage to you. Death recap. Oh yeah, what do we think about the one try for maps? Like if you die, it's because I have to say I'm not opposed to that. A lot of people are saying they want like unlimited tries for a map, but I don't think that's good. I think that would just mean the meta is just go glass cannon, just die over and over again, doesn't matter anyway. You don't care.
Good morning.
But I feel like same thing for like losing experience, for example. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Kid Low. Thank you. Welcome. I think same thing for losing experience after a certain threshold. I think it's important for the game because it means you're actually doing the content you can do, right? Otherwise, it would just be, yeah, like just build glass cannon, just die over and over again. You will complete the map anyway because you can just go back in and can go back in. So I feel like this how it is right now is absolutely fine. Losing XP is fine in my opinion. Not being able to re-enter the map with the stuff that is on the map. I mean, you can re-enter the map, right? But everything, all the map modifiers are gone, but I think that is fine. I feel like that's fine. At least in my opinion. You can omen that anyways? Yeah. I hate using maps with tablets, especially, yeah. What can you call that? Like, Atlas time sinks? Like setting up maps with towers, tablets takes. Oh no! Let's just call it. It's tedious, right? It's tedious. The whole setting up your maps is just tedious. To be honest, all maps suck. No, what? Sandspit would like to have a word with you. All my homies love Slick. Yeah, I love Slick. I feel like I really like Fortress as well. I think Fortress is a good map as well. I think I really like Forge. I know a lot of people hate Forge. I kind of like Forge. I don't hate Augury. Decay is fine for me. The one I really hate is Val Factory. Sun Temple, but that's very rare. I don't know which ones. I'm not sure. Like Blooming, yeah, I don't know. Bloomingfield, it's kind of a love-hate. Oh yeah, by the way. Clip of yesterday. We did have a funny clip yesterday. Yeah, streamer client. Small clippy clip from yesterday. This happened yesterday. Streamer client. Rabbit theme tattoo yet. Always knew Rabbit was a hardened criminal with tattoos. Oh my, what? Yeah, this happened yesterday towards the end of the stream. I was not there. Rough. But it's still early access, a lot of items, gems, and such are not available. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Palsy circle. What? I always just say palsy. Palsy curl. What about an auction house type setting for that's always gonna be a discussion, right? Auction house has been a PoE discussion for, I would say, 10 years now. Yes, it will always be something people are going to be asking for, and it will happen it will happen someday. Is Copium enabled? Is Copium enabled in our chat here? Yes, it is. Okay. I did add... Oh, look at this emote. How do you like this one? For tomorrow, also log in. For tomorrow. All of you have 7TV, right? You can't see? What? Just text? I mean, look at the... like... Wait. Can you spam it so it will stay on screen? I use BTV. Let's talk and log in. Wait, yeah, YouTube channel emotes are not getting shown. Yeah, we need these ones we need for tomorrow, right? Log in. Log in. Okay. Most important one. But Let's Talk is amazing. I love Let's Talk. This is the best one. It's from this AI video, right? Like this Jonathan AI video. QE2 Jonathan AI. Where's the original video though? It's just the only videos I can see are just videos where people are reacting to it. Huh? I can't find it. Never mind. Alright, got it too now. Log in. Yes. I mean, 7TV. You need 7TV. Just tuning in. What is this list of? Hopeful changes or leaks? No, it's just wishes. It's just what we wish for a PoE. Not necessarily all of it tomorrow, but like for the future of PoE. We're just getting wishes out. Basically streaming into the void. I really one of my biggest things is I never want to sound entitled. Like GGG doesn't own me shit. Doesn't owe me shit. I am happy. I'm super happy. I'm having fun with the game. This is like super amazing to be able to do this for me right now. So I'm always very careful with these things, but I feel like this is just like getting out some wishes, maybe some prediction type stuff. Less ground hazards? I don't feel like... yeah, so yeah, burning ground is kind of annoying for some builds, right? Mid-tier crafting options would be nice for Rough to go from Exalt. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a good one. Mid-tier crafting, I like that one. Yeah, mid-tier crafting. It's basically Exalt slamming, and the next step is, oh yeah, 20 divines per whittle, by the way, right? I think that's what you mean per here, right? mid-tier crafting viability. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's either Excel slamming or next step is deterministic crafting that is just on a level that is so expensive. Something to do with gold that isn't respec or get scammed by Alpha? So, like, more uses for gold? I feel like this is much lower on the list, but still, like... I get that. Okay, I removed the nasal strip now. The difference is insane, actually. I don't think I can live without them anymore now. I might have done a mistake. And is my voice lower now again as well? I love this build, bro. I'm beaming T16 on this build, on which this one, the Ice Nova one. Did you do it? And it's nice. Very good. That was the goal, right? I'm guessing that's what you mean, Toxicution. This build, the Ice Nova one. Ava can scam you any day. Thirsty. More unique map biomes, enemy types would be nice. I think that's something that will happen with the new acts, right? I feel like with the new acts, we will get new mob types automatically, pretty much. I think crafting should be renamed lottery unless we get something like crafting table and actually get some... Yeah, that's... So that's already in here. Better deterministic crafting, yes. It's kind of a meme right now. Most of the videos, like when I post a short and I use the words crafting, it's a good engagement farm, at least for me, because people are like, actually, this is not supposed to be crafting. This should be named gambling. I love Blinky Blood Witch. Yeah, say goodbye to that. Say goodbye to auto bombers. Or at least most of the player base. Like, if my prediction is correct, I think Temporalis will be much less attainable. Did you crack open a beer? No, Red Bull. You still here, Walk? My wife brought me a Red Bull, so... Yeah, I don't know why she's giving them to me. She's enabling my addiction. I wish I cracked open a beer, but I'm staying away from alcohol. Some dentist, yeah, right? Right? She just wants more work, I guess. She just wants to destroy my teeth, and then she can do some stuff on my teeth, I guess.
Wrong.
She doctors too smart. The secret life insurance on your streaming files. That's Plan B. Yeah. She's farming engagement. Maybe cook up some bingo. Oh, she's a Zahnarzt? Yeah, she is. I married up. I'm married upwards. Cook up a bingo for tomorrow. Why not, right? Bingo maker. Is there like a website you can free custom bingo card? Oh god, why am I getting flash banned like this? It should be like a rule. It should be like a law for websites to be dark mode. There should be a law. Literally just did this to me. This website. Oh, flashbang is not enabled. Wait, it should be enabled. Huh? It's in the emotes. Might need to refresh. I think it's... Oh no, it's enabled. Okay, never mind. It's just not in my on-screen chat. I'm afraid you're probably about to end stream. No. We're yapping a little bit. Wish you a great day. I'm heading to physical speech therapy now. Nice. See you tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tomorrow will be very hype. I hope all of you show up and we watch it together. I will start stream tomorrow at around, I would say at the latest 6 p.m. my time. So in 22 hours, basically. So like 2 hours before the stream starts, the reveal stream. You are 8 hours ahead of me? Okay, yeah. Right now it is almost 8 p.m. So when they say new season, they mean like Diablo, right? Oh my god, Corey. Yes, like Diablo. Right. Where you can go back and play the older guys, but yes, exactly. Exactly. So reveal is in 24 hours from now? Yes. In 24 hours and 17 minutes. Eight hours ahead of you, Soul Reaver. That means you are like middle America, right? Like in the not East Coast, not West Coast, like a little bit in the middle. Yeah, perfect. I hope all of you come here tomorrow. We will have drops here. We have drops tomorrow. And you need to be in the stream for 2 hours to get the drops. Like you need to be in the stream 2 hours for the drops. That's kind of insane. Usually they do like 45 minutes. Oh my god. Why do I do this to myself? I put in PoE2 0.02. This is... And... Is there like a way to disable thumbnails? Oh, Sir Gog did a video. Grab yourself a drink, he says. Okay, I need to... I mean, let's watch his video. I like
Today,
his videos.
We're going to be talking about the Path of Exile 2 meta so far. This is the meta that's developed over the nearly 4 months since early access began. We're going to be taking a look at the top performers in that time. And we're also going to be having a look at some of the hidden gems that might dodge the nerf bat when 0.2.0's patch notes.
Some of the hidden gems that might dodge the nerf bat? You mean Ice Nova, maybe?
Now, everything in Path of Exile 2 is going to change in a few days' time. This is going to be a little bit of a look back, partly for nostalgia reasons, but it can also help you identify any builds that might be hidden gems at the moment, might be flying a little bit under the radar, and might be pushed into prominence if everything better than them ends up getting nerfed. Or alternately, it can also help point out some things that no
what
one's
the fuck?
And if those get small buffs, then chances are that's not going to be enough to make them good. Of course,
after my strike, I have more doctors than anything else, lol. Yeah. You're West Coast.
The center of the meta.
Damn, 8 hours? I thought West Coast is always like 9 hours.
Play. Now, I'm going to talk quickly about the methodology.
Technically, it's a way to block thumbnails.
Path of Exile 1
nice.
or 2. Grinding Games publish a letter.
I will check that out. I don't want to see those kind of thumbnails ever again.
1,000. But in Path of Exile 1, this gives a lot of information about those characters. In Path of Exile 2, all it gives you is the character name and the Ascendancy class they're playing and their current exact XP count. However, Grinding Games are working on an API that's not yet completely finished that will allow players to be able to look up other characters. People can opt out of this, but in Path of Exile 1, it lets you look up characters just based on their character name.
It's 10:46 a.m.
All the gems they've got equipped.
Must be nice.
See all the items that they've got equipped. See their exact passive.
Got the full day ahead of you.
Forth. Now, there is a data aggregation website, poe2.ninja, that has early access to this API. The API is not yet at a point that it can be released to the general public, but it is there for poe2.ninja. And as a result, that website has a whole bunch of information, far more than you can get from the ladder.
Wait,
Ninja
actually?
also picks a few people that are not
Didn't even
currently on
know.
the ladder to track as well.
PoE Ninja
People who have
has
been on the ladder in
API
the
data
past,
already
and
though,
people that are
from
actively
stuff that
involved
isn't
in
even
trading
released.
and are playing on high-level characters. Because of this, I have to cut off somewhere.
Didn't
and
even
I've decided
know.
I'm cutting off at level 97 and above characters. So everything for the rest of this video is only considering how those builds are being
Damn.
going on level 97 plus characters.
Damn, I
I
didn't
want to
even...
start by taking a look at the top standout uniques of early access.
Okay, I'm guessing he's gonna
Now,
go
I am
through all
going
of the
to
stats that I was about to look at,
exclude
so...
what I term modal uniques. These are things like Megalomaniac, where there's just 1,000,001 different versions of the same unique. Megalomaniac is a really good item. It's used by a very large number of people, but one that's perfect for a Hand of Wisdom and Action crossbow user is not going to be of any use to someone that is playing a Spark and Archmage character. In
Ooh,
that
it's play
sense,
Spark.
I'd sort of consider those to be separate items.
What is this build he
However,
talked
it's a bit
about?
unclear
Spark?
where
Never
you
heard.
draw the line as
Never
to
heard of
what's
that
modal
one.
unique and what isn't. I'm counting Prism of Belief as being modal. I'm counting Megalomaniac as being modal, but I'm not counting Moroya Invictus. If you think Moroya Invictus is too much of a modal unique, then you can always disregard it, and then you'll have the top 9 standout uniques instead of the top 10. And 91% of level 97 and above characters are using Ingenuity. More on that build in a sec.
91%!
77% are using Melting
Only
Maelstrom
77%?
45% are using Moroya Invictus. The main reason that I didn't consider Moroya...
Holy... what? Damn, 40% controlled metamorphosis, I didn't kind of think. Yo, sorry, have a good one. Have a very good one. Spark is small, Electro Worm seems weak, yeah. I'm surprised it's not 95. Yeah, what are the other 90... what are the other 9% doing here? I'm surprised not Melting Maelstrom. Like 77%? I kind of thought it would be 100 by now.
are very overwhelmingly used. Particularly ones that grant attributes and trial...
Temporal higher than Astra?
based on the
Yeah.
number of
What?
stock
Oh,
points.
yeah, what? 20... like... There's no way... there's no way this is gonna be above 1 or 2% after this patch. There's no way there's gonna be more than 2% of people able to use Temporalis, right? 24% for an item that is this much of a chase unique.
Soul Cores,
No glitch,
those
no
are the ones
Temporalis,
that tend to be
exactly.
the most popular. And
24%, I didn't even notice that.
Almost everyone. There are exceptions. Some
Will be a
people
Mirror
press for
Plus?
it, but
Yeah,
ultimately,
most likely.
it's
I
not
said
like
it.
all
I said
21.
it like before. I said it a lot of times before. I think Temporalis might be among, if not the most expensive item in the
versions of it
future.
being used equally. Hand of Wisdom and
I think
Action
this
comes
is
in
how-
next at 40%.
how
Controlled
GGG thought of
Metamorphosis
it
comes
as
in
well,
next
though.
at also at 40%.
Because they
Pillar of
just
the
wanted
Cage God
Enigma
at
in the game, right?
32%.
So for
Temporalis,
all of you that
24%, more on that one later.
for all of you
Astromantis,
that,
23%. This is the expensive
it already
part
is?
of the
Yeah,
Hand of
so,
Wisdom and Action
go
Astromantis
figure,
combo,
right?
or the Pillar
Go
of the
figure.
Cage God Astromantis combo, or using all
That
three
just
of them
proves my
together.
point.
The Hoxil's Machination comes
They
in
just
at
wanted
9,
Enigma in the game, so
22%,
anyone that
and
played
Trample's
Diablo
Vote
2
comes in
knows
at
how strong
20%.
Enigma was.
More on that one later
And
as well, because that's not a unique.
Yeah,
that I think we
PoE2 devs
expected to
really
see on
like
this
Diablo
list,
2,
but
so
there's a
they just
particular
wanted
core
Enigma in the game, but I
for
feel
it.
like
So let's start with the most
they all know how strong and how overpowered Enigma was in Diablo 2, and that it actually was a problem for Diablo 2, because for Diablo 2, it is always just, like, I played Diablo 2 for 20 years, so Diablo 2 was always the same, no matter what build you were playing. You were rushing your character, you were getting into, I'm just gonna call it endgame in Diablo 2, in quotes, and then your first goal was, how do I get Enigma now, as fast as possible? And I don't think PoE2 wants the same thing happening, but they still wanted to have like an Enigma type item in the game. So they made Temporalis. but they made it so it's super hard to get.
Important of these, and
Wouldn't it be cool to have sets? Nah, no. No, I think sets is not good. I think sets is not good game design for this type of game. I get what you mean. I get what you mean, and I know how sets are like cool. And I liked it sometimes in other games, but I think it decreases item variety. I don't know, just look, I think my best what is it called? Example would be Diablo 3. Diablo 3 had set items, and every single character, every single build in the game was just using sets. And I don't like that. I think the idea behind a set, a certain set is cool, yes. But it's super hard to... Either it's everyone's using it or it's useless. And at that point, just don't do it, I think.
it's not the most used one, Ingenuity. It is Hand of Wisdom in action. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is easily
This league took me about 50 to 60 runs per flame.
Item. That's not very good. However, this is the defining gear piece.
Temporalis and Astromantis is the most expensive items in the game right now?
The amount of
No.
lightning damage
Kalandra's
this adds to
touch.
attacks is just off the planet compared to anything else in the game. It's quite simply the best item in the game. Nothing
Set of
else
rings?
comes
Yeah, I think
remotely
that could be
close.
something. Like
It
a
is
set
an
of rings,
affordable
yeah.
item. That's because it's not
But
super
I think
rare.
it should be chase
This is
uniques as
still
well, and
the
then they
most
need to be
powerful
strong.
item in Path of Exile
And
in
like getting
0.1.0,
like two
and
of
it will
them
be
should be
interesting to
like,
see
wow,
what versions
wow,
of it
you know?
exist after 0.2.0.
I sounded
comes
so
along.
German there. Wow, wow.
Ingenuity is next, and this item single-handedly excludes enormous
Yeah, Ingenuity,
numbers of
I don't know.
items from even remotest
I don't think
consideration of
Ingenuity is gonna
There
be
is no such
changed,
thing as a merit
but
tier belt
I
in Path of
think
Exile 2 at the moment,
there is gonna be
because
something
instead
happening
you
to
would simply
Ingenuity. I
make
don't know
your
what,
character
but
better
it's not
by
gonna.
removing
This
it
is not
and
gonna
replacing
continue.
Ingenuity. There are of course exceptions, but not very many of them. That's why more than 90% of very high-level characters are using this belt. On top of that, this belt being so overwhelmingly powerful means that rings that don't work with it, for example, Original Sin, these end up being extremely unpopular. Now, when I say it doesn't work, it's
They
not
could
like
make it
Original
rarer.
Sin explicitly bricks Ingenuity.
Yo, glitched.
It's just that the one stat
470 as of last stream.
else, the 100%
Yo,
conversion,
glitched.
this doesn't benefit from being scaled up to 180%.
We're doing a candle. We're lighting a candle for you. You will get it under 500, I think.
Temporalis is next. Temporalis had a cheating problem. This is intended to be like the Path of Exile 1 item Original Sin.
Imagine not having
that
Last
Path of
Flame,
Exile
guys.
2's Original Sin
Banned.
is loosely based upon. This was intended to be an extreme chase item. Something that
Okay,
is going
let's listen. Let's listen. Let's listen to this because I'm pretty
up
sure
to
he's gonna say what I just said or what we just said. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna say what we also said right now, right?
180% or whatever the exact number ends up being. Temporalis is next. Temporalis had a cheating problem. This is intended to be like the Path of Exile 1 item Original Sin, that Path of Exile 2's Original Sin is loosely based upon. This was intended to be an extreme chase item, something that was going to be considerably harder to source in trade than a Mirror of Kalandra would be. However, there was a major item duplication exploit with this. I touched on it in an earlier video. It's all patched, but the damage is done. There's an enormous amount of these in circulation.
Yeah, extreme mental
in a way
fortitude.
that
Yeah,
won't
he has.
exist in the future. So Temporalis is going to be much rarer in future economies, and as a result, some of the builds that currently use it will be much more niche in the future than they were in 0.1.0.
He's saying what we just figured with Temporalis,
because
right?
I don't think there'll be enough of them in circulation in the future for
Nope.
that to be the case.
Just as an example, again, I made this example before on stream. Before the dupe exploit, there was no case in the game, and that was when the game was, I think, like 4 weeks. I think 4 weeks or something in early access. In all of Trade League, on the trade side, I never saw a case of there being more than 6 to 9 Temporalises on the trade side. After the dupe, there were cases of like 1,000 plus Temporalises on the trade side. So, yeah, it's it's gonna be...
Next, we have Trample Toe that needs to be discussed. Now,
It's gonna
Trample Toe
be
is the
more
10th
than
most
Chase.
frequently equipped unique item, and this is likely
They were
to
just
surprise
under
lot
a
of
mirror
people.
before the dupe.
This had some silly interactions that were discovered and
that's
popularized
kinda...
reasonably late in 0.1.
Yeah, the market was still
It
like in
wasn't
the
being
iffy
used
state at
all.
that point, I
Then
think.
suddenly it exploded in popularity in a very short
Because I do
period of
agree
time.
with Gawk here. I think it's gonna be over a mirror in the future. I think it's gonna be harder to get a Temporalis than to get a mirror, like price-wise. But I don't know.
It is completely broken in conjunction with Frostwall. And
Anyone know a good
Temporalis.
Trample Toe
This is the
build?
interaction that's
Dude,
very
Musty,
unlikely
is
to survive
every
the
single
patch
message
notes.
you write just
This
troll?
is not otherwise a good item,
Right?
and as a result, have a look what exactly
Troll by
happens
trade,
to the Trample Toe
troll
setups,
by night.
but I don't expect them to be a
Troll-
factor in 0.2.0 at all.
Just
I've been
meta
talking about
irony
unique
on top
items
of
that have
meta
been dominant,
irony.
But let's talk about the
I
other
like that.
thing that's been really dominant, and this is Archmage.
The room's other
Archmage defines
elephant.
builds.
Oh, he's talking about Archmage now.
Now, I've been talking about unique items that have been dominant, but let's talk about the other thing that's been really dominant.
Mayhaps.
And this is Archmage. Archmage defines builds. It allows you to scale damage at the expense of forcing you to build a lot of mana recovery into your build. And
Okay, my quick prediction. Archmage, slight nerf. Not gonna be lightning anymore. Quick prediction.
also forcing a number of other changes onto your build. The thing is that Archmage is just unbelievably good, to the extent that it's just far better than everything else that you can do when it comes
Maybe
to
I take that
scaling
back
spells.
about lightning.
Although there's a few different
Elemental
builds that use
conflux and
Archmage,
stuff
a few
exists,
different
right?
builds that
Okay,
use
I take
Cataclysm
it
in
back.
Action, and only one build that uses Trample Toe, although it can be played on a number of Ascendancies. 89% of builds are using one of these three
Slight
methods
nerf, I think.
in order to deal damage to enemies. Okay, so that's a quick
Or
look
something
at
we don't
offensive
expect at all.
archetypes. Let's have a look at
Oh yeah,
defensive.
this is also... I love this video, by the way, so far. This is... I love his videos, by the way. This is already an amazing video because it's just so, like, matter of fact. There's, like, no... and no glazing. This is just presenting facts. I love this.
Archetype
I'm sending
decks.
some kisses to New Zealand to
59%
him.
of players are using
Oh, is he
Chaos
Australian? I'm sorry.
Inoculation. 55% Mind Over Matter.
This is
31%
just
Eldritch
matter of
Parry,
fact. Just presenting
23%
facts.
Eternal Youth.
And you
here's all
do
of
and
those
you do what you
keystones
want with
in
it.
case you're not familiar with them all. In terms of other defensive setups, the number of characters that have a large amount of life investment, I'm defining this as 3,000 plus.
It's gonna
for the
make your
moment.
character old because
This is only
you can't
18%.
arch without all.
The number of players with a high energy shield character, I'm defining this as 6,000
Though
plus.
my build uses all 4?
20%.
Yeah, exactly,
The number
right?
of 3,000 plus for the moment. With them all.
Exactly, right? Oh,
are
what is
using-
it? Chaos Inoculation, Mind Over Matter, Eldritch Battery. What is Eternal Youth again? Wait. I don't even know what Eternal Youth is. Oh, wait, it's somewhere here, right? Yeah, this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Chaos Inoculation. 55%.
What is
Mind
the
Over Matter,
emote again of the
31%
thing,
Eldritch Battery,
like giving the side eye? What is
23%
that?
Eternal
What is
Youth.
that emote
And
again?
here's all of those keystones in case you're not familiar with them all. In terms of other defensive setups, the number of
yeah,
characters
wow,
that have a
this one.
large amount of life investment, I'm defining this as 3,000 plus for the moment. This is only 18%. The number of players with a high energy shield character, I'm defining this as 6,000 plus, 20%. The number of people with a high mana setup, which is 6,000 plus again, 25%. It's worth noting that because
Not Slight
of
Nerf
Chaos
needs a hammer.
Inoculation,
The thing
you
about...
can play
Sorry for stopping all the time, but I can't really... like hearing someone talk and talking at the same time and also reading chat messages at the same time, my brain just can't. The problem about Archmage nerf is they can't just nerf it. They cannot just... like, let's say Archmage is nerfed tomorrow, like heavily, like you say the hammer, right? If they give Archmage the absolute nerf hammer and nothing else happens tomorrow, spellcasting is fucked. Like, completely. So, that's why I'm kind of hesitant to call, like, nerfs or whatever happens on Archmage, because it doesn't really just rely... It doesn't really just rely on what happens to Archmage, it also relies on what's happening to the stuff that is not using Archmage. Right? So it's always gonna come with something else. So we're nerfing Archmage, but...
of Chaos Inoculation, you can play a character that...
But I do
completely
expect
disregards
Archmage to be
life and
nerfed,
puts
yes.
all their investment into Energy Shield. And because of Mind Over Matter, you can play a character that disregards both life and Energy Shield, but places heavy investment into mana. Of course, in all of these cases, you've got to find some way to recover that resource, and Eternal Youth is a popular way to manipulate how you're able to do that. So what about armor and evasion investment? High armor, defining that as 6,000 or more, is less than 1% of the player base. There's pretty good reasons for this. Armor is not in a very good state in 0.1.0. High evasion rating characters, again defining as 6,000 plus, 4% of the player base. So this is not a trivial amount, but it's also not a large amount. And then there's a small number of people who are using ultra high evasion ratings,
6,000k armor or something.
But these are
6,000k
using the Queen of the Forest unique chess
30k,
piece, which is an extremely strong chess piece, and one that's only worth using if you're making such an enormous investment. So let's take a quick look at all 12 Ascendancies. What was there that was super hyped before launch? Did it live up to that launch a couple of days into the league? And how did it go later on? I want to start with the Titan. The Titan pre-launch was modestly hyped, and I'm calling it B tier. That's a bit subjective.
I almost played Warrior
its early
at league
performance
start.
was very much B tier.
I almost played Warrior. Thank God I didn't.
And I would say that it wound up in C tier.
We might be somewhere else.
Every single
Warrior's fun, yeah,
Titan, there are no
I got really lucky that I played Spark Stormweaver
takes hulking form
because so many people were playing it, and
to the magnitude of small passive.
That's how they found my channel.
Incredibly good, and ultimately, whilst it's not enough to make melee strong, it's the strongest thing.
Rabbit the Plant Hoster's build has 41k evasion.
Anyway,
what does that mean?
Top skills
Immortality.
Here, Hammer of the Gods. Hammer of the Gods is the most used skill on a Titan.
I think I'm gonna play New Warrior Ascension in New League.
One-shots to
go for it.
Mostly this is for one-trick pony builds that aim to just literally one-shot delete boss monsters, but there are other ways that people use it as well.
Wait, you can
Herald
one-shot?
of Ice is the other skill that's heavily used.
Wait.
Heralds are also something that's really, really strong, and a lot of players are expecting that they might not
Heralds
be quite
are strong?
once next patch comes
No
along.
way.
That said, it might be Hand of Wisdom in action that takes the bullet for them. Warbringer is next, and pre-launch this was a little bit less hype than the Titan. Its early performance was less than the Titan, and its final performance has been pretty terrible. It's been dead last of all 12 Ascendancies. Only 20 characters have taken a Warbringer to level 97. Of those, only one.
Wait, what? There's 20 Warbringers at 97 plus. No. What? No. What?
Has made it to level 99.
Huh?
That player has made it to level 100, but they are the only person who has exceeded.
There's one person who's level 100 Warbringer. Give him a prize. He should. That person should have the laptop.
98 on this Ascendancy. There are no standout options.
What?
People playing this
20
like
characters at 20 Warbringers at 97 only.
Only level 100.
There's like more than 20 Stormweavers 97 in our community. Like way more than 20. What? 20 overall on Path of Exile 2.
Warbringer.
That guy is mentally ill for sure.
This was not hyped very much pre-launch, but it was the strongest performer.
He probably terrible auto bomb.
When I say S tier here, literally 1/3 of the ladder on day 3 was Deadeyes, and that's because
do you guys remember the early Deadeye hype? Like, I feel like the first league of early access, everyone was just like, Deadeye, oh my god, Deadeye, it's so strong, Deadeye. Right? That was like the big hype in the first week. Might be due to Fopgun though. Might be due to Fopgun.
Is incredibly strong early on, and also is one of the easier Ascendancies to build. Later on, it's continued to perform adequately.
You heard that? You heard that? All of you Deadeye players? Basically called you noobs right there. What is he going to say about Spark Stormweaver if that is easy?
Not quite one of the best options, but not that far behind either.
First impression of PoE2 was honestly just skill issues? Yes.
Scaling bow damage through hand.
Dude, the Reddit crying in the first week was just insane. There's no loot! Wait, the game is actually hard! Why am I not killing everything first try? What is this?
You would otherwise probably not consider on a Deadeye, such as Astramentus, it makes them worth considering as well.
Wait, the game doesn't shower me
What
with
about the other ranged
achievements.
attack ascendancy?
I'm going
The
back to
Pathfinder.
D4.
The Pathfinder was interesting. It was probably the least hyped of the ascendancies beforehand. It's one that's
D4
ported over
literally
from
like
Path
you
of
f-
Exile 1,
you-
so it didn't have
you
shiny
trip,
and new appeal.
you slam
but it
your
also
head on
didn't
the
have
table,
anything that
boom,
jumped out
endgame,
as looking
done.
fantastic either. Very little pre-launch hype, but it did perform pretty well early on.
I hit my
So I
head
have
on
it
my
in C
table
tier for
and
its
killed
state early
Uber
performance. It was
Lilith or
doing pretty
whatever
fine.
that's called.
What about later on? It sort of stayed in C tier. It
The
didn't
most
do any
funniest thing
better,
is
didn't do
people
any
complaining
worse.
about map sustaining
It's
till
a
this
bit of a
day.
stretch
Yeah,
to
they
call
must
this
have
a
not
standout,
opened
but
their.
the best way to play
They
a
must
Pathfinder
have.
definitely seemed to be.
They must have
you'll
forgotten to open their Atlas tree. I never got that. I never got the whole thing about map sustain. It was always something I don't know. I sold maps at that point. I sold maps. Never got the thing about map sustain. Just skill into it. Like there's so many nodes. This is the first one. Wait, which? Oh yeah, I'm not even skilled into it again anymore, of course, but there's so much to gear towards here.
Either. Very little
Map
pre-launch
selling was
hype,
huge
but it
profit.
did
Yeah, I
perform
made
pretty well
I
early
made
on.
so much
So I
in
have it in C tier
the
for its
first
state
2
early
weeks on
performance.
selling
It was
maps.
doing pretty fine. What
I was
about
pretty
later on?
early into
It sort of stayed
T15
in
maps,
C
and I
tier.
was
Didn't do any
selling
better, didn't do
T14,
any
T15
worse.
maps, like
It's a bit of a
T10
stretch to
plus
call
maps.
this a
I was selling
standout,
them.
But the best way to
Easy
play a
profit.
Pathfinder definitely seemed to be Dual Heralds, Ice and Thunder.
Map sustain
with,
very
of course,
early was
Hand of Wisdom
I
action.
do agree.
This would then
Glitch,
allow you
like,
to scale either bow damage or sometimes even concoction.
it depends a
damage
little bit as well, right?
reasonably
If you had a
Next
build
up,
that
we have
didn't
the
die,
Chronomancer.
then
A lot of people
it
were
depends a
talking
little
about this
bit.
part
Like
of the
super
launch of
early,
the
it
game,
could have been rough.
and
Yeah,
its
once
early
you
performance
got
was
it going,
terrible.
once you got it
actually did
rolling,
pick up a little bit over time.
yeah, and you
but there's
were
no
able
true
to skill
standout
into it. It was
single-player
better.
builds here.
Okay, sorry.
Scale either
I'm
bow
just
damage
talking
or
over.
sometimes even concoction damage reasonably well. Next up, we have the Chronomancer. A lot of people were talking about this.
10 to
part of the
14
launch
range
of
was the
game,
worst for you? I
and
don't
its early
remember.
Performance was terrible. It actually did pick up a little bit over time, but there's no true standout single-player builds here. Instead, what we
Chronomancer
saw
pre-launch hype B tier. Oh damn. Early performance F tier. Yep. C tier. There are no true standout builds here. No. It's just like
first
Chronomancer
support builds for party play.
doesn't really
These were not
excel
a
at
true
anything.
Standout. There's not a lot of them going around, but they definitely work reasonably well. Without those builds, the Chronomancer
Sold like
would actually
500 diff
join
worth
the
of magic
Warbringer
jewels, yeah.
and the later
Corrupted
Acolyte of
magic
Taylor,
jewels.
all the way down in F tier.
I just keep stopping. I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to deal with this. If Adorned stays the way it is now, that's gonna be my go-to next patch. I'm gonna do so much Sakimas. I'm just gonna sell corrupted magic jewels. Chronomancer is an amazing aura rarity, but yeah. Chronos the Temporalis, we got it home. Yeah, baby Temporalis, yeah.
And the later Acolyte of Chayula, all the way down in F tier. So from a very
Stormweaver.
unsuccessful caster archetype to a very successful one, we have the Stormweaver next. Pre-launch, this was actually hyped quite a lot, and it lived up to
86% of Archmage characters are Stormweavers,
It
yeah.
was either second or third most popular Ascendancy early on, but it was a long way behind the Deadeye. However, late performance for this was absolutely S tier. This is the most popular Ascendancy late in the 0.1.0 meta, and it's because Archmage is simultaneously extremely good and extremely well suited to the Stormweaver. Archmage is just absolutely dominant here. 86% of all Archmage characters have elected to play as a Stormweaver. 89% of all players who are playing a Stormweaver have elected to use Archmage. So you can see there's a tremendous amount of overlap there. The small number of people that aren't using Archmage, they're pretty much using the Trample Toe and Frostwall tech, but building that onto the Stormweaver rather than some of the other Ascendancies it's played on. If Archmage is nerfed, then this build could remain dominant, or it could become a dead Ascendancy, or it could go anywhere in between. We'll have to see on that once the patch notes come out. The Witch Hunter is next, and this fell off quite a lot late, not necessarily because it was a bad Ascendancy, but just because it felt like the Gemling Legionnaire did everything better once you were well set up.
Most of the
Pre-launch,
Witch Hunters
this was
are
moderately
aura bots,
hyped,
right?
and I'm putting it in B tier there.
Oh no,
Early
not
performance,
aura,
so we're
but
talking day 3 here.
like rarity
Again, it
colors.
actually lived up to this hype. It was doing pretty well for itself, and I would call it B tier then. But later on, really fell off hard and wound up in D tier, and it's one of the lower performers in D tier as well. This is mostly played as a Hand of Wisdom in Action crossbow build. So again, you're seeing the gloves are absolutely
Little worse
dominant.
is an understatement.
This
Yeah.
seems to be the Hand of Wisdom in Action attack setup.
Nice
It's a little bit
prediction. It
worse than
either
other
dies or stays the
alternatives
same.
in terms of its overall success that players have been having
Actually,
with it.
terrible Ascension. Yeah.
Gemming Legionnaire is next, and pre-launch
Damn, pre-launch it was B tier. I know it's like very easy to say now, but even pre-launch, I said this is gonna be the best Ascendancy by a mile. I'm just so like sorceress wizard coded that I still went for sorceress, but pre-launch, I already said like looking at this was obviously gonna be the best one. Early performance C tier. How did it go down?
What?
What?
This was
It's
not
obviously
super
so
hyped, probably a
good.
B tier.
It's
Early performance
it's such
was
an
not very good on
all-rounder.
this
It's
class.
so
We'll say
good.
C tier, but its late performance was second best overall. So I'm calling this S- or A+ tier. It's really kind of hard.
S-.
I don't want to put it in the same tier as the Stormweaver, but I also want to convey that with this tiering that it is above the Invoker.
I like this though. This is mostly played as a Hand of Wisdom an action character, but using different setup other builds. Yeah, you can do everything on a Gemling. Like most of the builds in the game are best on a Gemling. Like when I built the Ice Nova build here that we're using, I built it on a Chronomancer. I was like, yeah, the Chronomancer Ascendancy doesn't really do anything. I built it on a Stormweaver. I was like, yeah, okay, this is much better now. Built it on a Blood Mage. Okay, Then I went on a Gemling with it. Yeah, astronomical.
And again, this is mostly played as a Hand of Wisdom in Action.
You player Gemlings having a hard time during leveling stages? Yeah, might be.
You see the artwork for it.
That's true.
You probably think, oh, this is going to be a
It really ascended once. It really ascended hard. It really became better once in really Endgame, right? Astronomical.
Staff is
So many
incredibly
puns
good
right now.
in conjunction with Hand of Wisdom in Action, and in particular in conjunction with the very expensive Astromentus. This setup is the best of all of the Astromentus setups that exist, and it is playable without the super expensive, super rare, unique amulet. Next we have the Invoker.
Good nighty.
Now, the Invoker was interesting. It started out as the
Pre-launch
most
hype,
class
S tier, Invoker.
It then fell off pretty hard. It did not perform up to the expectations people had of it in the very early days. But since then, it's improved. And it's now the third top.
Chayula Monk is just gonna be like
F.
F.
Invoker was one of those things that was just.
Oh no,
tough to
maybe
optimize,
pre-launch
but
Chayula
that
Monk
got
was
done,
like
and now
better
it's
than
the
F.
third
But
most popular endgame Ascendancy. Again though, when it comes to build diversity, there's not a huge amount of it at the moment. It is either going to be using a Hand of Wisdom in Action setup or a Trample Toe setup. That is overwhelmingly how people are scaling their damage if they're playing an Invoker.
I feel like there's a pattern here.
010.
There's a pattern here.
And from the very successful
With
Monk
the Trample
archetype
Toe
to
and-
the slightly less successful
Okay,
Acolyte
there we go.
Chayula.
C tier
Pre-launch
into
hype
F
for
tier
this
into
was
F
probably
tier.
about C tier. There's a cool idea to it.
Standout
that people were
options?
aware from the original teasers of the
Temporalis.
Ascendancy
Temporalis
that it
bug
didn't
run.
look like it was very strong. However, early performance
tier for
by day
Temporalis
3,
farm, yeah.
it was terrible. It was F tier, and it was the actual outright worst performer then. It has ticked up
Only
in the day
one
since from
level
very bottom
91,
position
99
to
character.
second bottom position, so you can say it's had a little bit of an improvement there. But just like the Warbringer, there is only one person who has taken an Acolyte of Chayula to level 99 or above. And again, they did take it to level 100. Are there any standout options
Can I do
for the
like
Acolyte of Chayula?
taskbar?
No, there are not. That said, keep your eye on this. I'm sure grinding you games are aware that this class needed some help, so who knows, maybe it's got it, or maybe it'll end up being left out again.
Oh yeah, we can hide the taskbar.
And next we have the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage was in a really interesting spot. This was super hyped before the game started. Then we found out the details of the Blood Mage Ascendancy, and it didn't look so great. The first node, Sanguimancy, is a net drawback, and you really had to invest 2 points into the Life Leech nodes just in order to break even, and then it felt
Again,
like your
Trample
first 4
Toe.
points
Blood Mage,
only
very
really
good
got you
on
back to where an
very good
Unassuming
auto
Lich would
bomber
be,
though.
And after that, you did have 2 good points that you could spend.
I do
but that's
kind of
gonna
like
take a
Blood
little while
Mage.
to
Like
get,
the whole
and even when you've got them,
interaction, the
not
Ascendancy
necessarily as
points
good
are
as
really
getting
strong,
4
I
points
feel
in a
like.
different Ascendancy.
There is gonna
Early
be more
performance
stuff in the
of this
future
build
for
was
Blood
still
Mage, I think.
misery.
I think
Solidly
Blood
in
Mage is gonna
FTM,
be
this is
among
one
the
of worst
good
performers
ones.
early on. However, it's picked up a lot since then. Wound up in B tier in late performance. The thing that's worth noting though, this has been
Oh damn, 4K.
hard carried by the
Why didn't we
Trample Toe
watch this in
interaction.
4K?
If we remove those characters that are using Trample Toe from Blood Mage consideration, performance is closer to that of Pathfinder, i.e. it's pretty close to the dumpster, but not quite in it. Standout options though, there is a genuinely impressive critical strike focused Detonate Dead Blood Mage. It's flown under the radar quite a bit. I think it's a really good setup, and it's something to definitely consider if you're looking to play a Blood Mage in 020. And finally we have the Infernalist. Pre-launch this was hyped quite a bit. I'd put it in A tier. Its early performance was also A tier.
Oh, individual
Late
minion
performance
gem
has kicked back a
eclipses
little
all
bit,
over so
down
far.
to B tier. But the thing that's important, Infernalists are usually in this weird spot where they're a minion build that's forced into the weird position of using Trench Timber in one hand and a Scepter in the other. And this is because plus gem levels are so powerful that you can't skip a large source of it. That said, this gives them a large boost to the amount of minion gem levels they can get. There are no individual minion gems that eclipse all of the others so far. There's a wide range of different setups that people are using, and the Infernalist is pretty good with all of them. This is a strong all-around class, and it's something that I think is worth seriously considering for your League starter in 0.2.0, assuming it dodges the nerf bat, and the endgame performance of this build is not so oppressively good that Grinding Gear Games would be under any real pressure to nerf it. So it's entirely plausible that this dodges a nerf bat and ends up being one of the best choices to start in 020. Who knows though, maybe it will end up getting nerfed, maybe something else will get buffed past it, or maybe one of Archmage, Hand of Wisdom in Action, and Trample Toe either gets not nerfed at all or gets under-nerfed, and in that case, that particular build choice will end up squeezing out Infernalists from consideration for a lot of people. Anyways, some final thoughts. If there are no substantial nerfs to Hand of Wisdom in Action, play a Hand of Wisdom in Action build. If there's no substantial nerfs to Trample Toe, play that build. If there's no substantial nerfs to Archmage, then play Archmage. But if those three extreme outliers are dealt with, then...
No, very good video. Like, very, very good video, I feel like. I like his approach. It's just very matter of fact. I like that. It's just presenting stuff, right? Okay, and now we're gonna do something. We're gonna torture ourselves.
Patch 02 will be part disaster and part bigger than anyone expects. And there's a very good chance that we don't only get the Hunters, but the Druid is more or less done and ready to release. And not only that, what about Act 4? Because Act 4 bosses already exist. Oh boy, am I excited. Now why will it be part disaster? For this, we have to remember back the release of Path of Exile 2 and the first month and the buffs and patches they did there. Everyone and their mom was enjoying crazy Path of Exile 2 Meteor gameplay nuke.
Wait.
Meteor gameplay, nuking things into pieces, cast on crit, cast on freeze, cast like all this kind of stuff. Turns out this was never intended to work and they just absolutely nuked tons of builds, which gave them a huge backslash because people invested all their resources to make stuff work, only to have everything fall apart and not kind of get some kind of refund. After which they changed the way how they're doing things.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Big nerfs and buffs will only happen with a league reset unless something is fundamentally
I know what happens to it, but I played Baldur's Gate 3.
The first reset. You're gonna have the chance to play with
okay,
the new
we're 1
economy
minute in. Do you have any actual,
because
like...
a lot of people will be starting anew without any resources.
Is this just...
They don't feel bad about nuking builds. And if we're looking at right now what's as it's too strong, then again, it's quite fun. Because if we don't have the Herald of Ice and the Herald of Thunder...
What the fuck is this video, man?
To that point. That's the big question. Before we continue, GGG really wants you to watch their live stream. They even have a Twitch drop now that if you watch their one new class. 23. You can see still the 5 potions there. Yes, we don't have
Professional
the
yapper? This is not even yapping. This is just... Okay. I saw Pulsron has one as well. Pulsron had a wishes, I think, for PoE, which... oh yeah, I didn't watch this all the way through. Let's watch this one. Pulsron. Pulsron is an actual PoE 2 YouTuber, so let's
changed in Path of Exile.
It's an actual is someone who actually knows stuff about PoE 2. So
comes out is going to be the 0.2
he knows a lot about
reveal,
PoE 2.
and we have some infos about it, right? There's going to be a new class. There's going to be Huntress. There's going to be at least 2 new Ascendancies that we know of.
Act 4 won't release. No, there's like no way. None of the things he said were actually rooted in any kind of fact-based stuff. I would never stream again if they say there is gonna be more acts tomorrow. No. There's just no way. Don't clip that, by the way. I'm joking.
Mercenary, that is all to be seen.
You never know.
Before, I wanted to take a little bit of time to reflect on my first
experience. I love the D4 players trying to make periods.
Of PoE 2, which was a little bit rocky. It started off really high, and then once I got to endgame, it dropped off quite significantly. I wasn't really able to get into it as much as I initially wanted to. And I think that's really a pity. And while they will not be able to address all of the things...
I'm so excited about this one. I'm so excited about this one. Bitter... I am a Frost enjoyer, as most of you know.
I will discuss in this video. I still think it's important to kind of, I don't know, put it out there. Even if a few of those points will get worked out, I'm pretty happy about it. I would love to play more and more of this game. I'll be here for the ride. When it comes to these critiques, they come from a place of love, mostly because I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I want this game to do extremely well. I want it to be the next best RPG on the market. And so we're just going to go over some points.
Thank you,
I also tried to make it a point.
That's why I like you so much.
Or as little as possible, make comparisons to Path of Exile 1, or just say, just take this from PoE 1. I'm sure there will be 1 or 2 examples where that's not true. But overall, I tried to go with what they basically gave us, which is they want to be different from Path of Exile 1. So let's jump into it. This is kind of my warm-up point before we get into some of the more...
What did you clip?
We don't have the Herald of Ice and the Herald of Thunder.
What the fuck is this video, man?
To that point. That's the big question. If we don't have the Herald of Ice and the Herald of Thunder...
What the fuck is this video, man?
To that.
Complex ones, simply because I don't think you should get punished to that extent, even in a game like Path of Exile 2. Obviously, they're trying to make this game a lot more serious, and that means you have to invest into your defenses, otherwise you're going to get punished. And while I think in theory that's cool, and restrictions can breed innovation and make it so people... I don't think you should get punished to that extent.
Wait. So, kind of a difference in opinion here. Kind of a difference in opinion. We kind of thought... We said earlier that map break on death wasn't really a big deal for us, so... Difference in opinion here.
To that extent, even in a game like Path of Exile 2,
map break on death.
Obviously, they're trying to make this game a lot more serious.
I get it, though. I have to say I get it.
You have to invest into your defenses, otherwise you're going to get punished. And while I think in theory
that's cool, I feel like punishing someone for dying in a map is not a bad thing, necessarily.
And make it so people pay more attention to the defenses, make more interesting, well-rounded builds. You also gotta say that most people play softcore for a reason. 95+% at least, that's the stats from Path of Exile 1. Play ARPGs, softcore, whatever you want to call them, right?
Sale here.
And
sorry, Pulsar.
Hardcore is
one second here. Yo, 147 Moonwalk. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Losing the mods on the map sucks though. Need some ability to retry. Yeah, like a compromise, right? Between it's completely fucked. I do think like a compromise between these two opinions, right? I think that might be the way to go, right? Damn, we're an actual hideout warrior here. Watching videos, just being in hideout. Just chilling in hideout, doing trades and watching videos. This is the low effort content live here. Amazing. Okay, let's continue on the video.
Opt-in, right? So Safan is an opt-in, Hardcore
Let
is an
me
opt-in.
quickly
So having these kind of
rename
restrictions,
the stash.
it's just not fun
So
for a lot
we
of people, me included. I wouldn't even mind if they only give you, for example, 2 portals. I don't want people to just like go in and throw their corpses against an enemy until they can loot it. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would like to at least
Agreed,
have
Palstra.
this one feeling where you die and you go back in and you kind of get your
I've
revenge.
seen this
or
one
whatever you wanna
before.
call it,
9
right?
lives. Yeah.
It feels good. It just feels good. And having only one portal feels kind of
I'm
bad.
a 9
So
life sub as well. I
it would
have
be nice to get another
the
try,
emotes as well.
even in mundane maps. Number 2 is be more bold in endgame. Shake up things quite a bit. When it comes to endgame currently in Path of Exile 2, it is extremely sterile. And I have a... If there's anything I dislike about Path of Exile 2 right now, it is the endgame loop. Having the motivation, getting goals in this like Atlas, in this infinitely generated, like, I don't know, whatever you call this. It's just really hard for me, and that's mostly because there's just not really much happening. Now, in theory, there is a lot to be done here, right? Like, you have these different biomes, different landscapes that you can do different stuff
navigation
with.
is ass,
but all you really have is these, like, I don't know, like...
You just get lost. Like, it's just, at this point in my Atlas, right? Where the fuck am I? I mean, yes, I'm doing stuff. I am here. I'm doing stuff, but... Like, where am I? What... It's basically like same but different, right? No matter where I am, what's the difference? But it's just an overlay, basically. It's just it kind of serves the illusion of there being progress, and it's actually like just whatever it is. So it's sad to say, but Atlas is just a huge flop in my book. Like glitched, I'm very positive. I would say on the I'm definitely on the more positive side when it comes to PoE 2. I'm very hopeful. I love the game. I think this is the future of PoE. But I agree with that. I think Atlas is a flop. Yes, I think there needs to be big changes to Atlas progression. This being the core of PoE 2 endgame right now. No, this is not it, Chief. Oh, I have an open sandspit. How did I not do this one? Wait, and another one. Damn, so many sandspits. Oh my god! For example, like, let me put a marker here or something. Let me put a marker here. Like, let me click here. We already have a map legend. Let me put a marker here. Let me, like, type. Beep, 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 beep. I can type 3 sandspits. Let me mark. So I can go here, I can click here, I can click on the marker, I'm back there, right? They should add real pinnacle bosses between map zones that you don't need to pay to enter, just finish nodes in the zone. Could also be something, right? Yeah, just have like... You need to kill this boss to progress or something, right? Is that what you mean? To actually have like guardians of the next zone or something. Because there's no sense of progression here. It's just, yeah, I'm mapping. I'm just doing map after map after map after map. I like that idea, Blade, actually. Like, let's say we're crossing into a new biome. Let's just say this is like the whatever the fuck biome here. This is like the, I don't know, sand biome, whatever. And then we finish this part of the Atlas. We finish this part of the map. And then, after finishing, we have to do something in order to progress. Right? I like that. Because right now, there's no progress. This is just... The only big pinnacle bosses are tied to league mechanics. And then... I like that idea, actually. That would increase the feeling of progression, right? Yeah, I like that.
It looks cute, right? But there's no difference. There's There's like, obviously there's citadels, right?
Wait, is he actually saying the same thing here?
All you really have is these, like, I don't know, like, it looks cute, right? But there's no difference. There's like, obviously,
yeah, he's saying what we're saying as well.
And that's about it. You have towers, which people apparently think is the only problem in the game or whatever, but no. Even if they change towers, I mean, the game's kind of stale, and there's so much to be done here. Like, just on the top of my head, what do I have here? Random encounters in Endgame. We just came up
House run. Thank you. See?
with this on stream. Like, why can't there be ambushes, like pirates or whatever? Why can't there be all of a sudden I don't know, you're scouting here and all of a sudden there's like this palace, right? Like Parandus is there with his golden coins or whatever,
see?
Like a kingdom, a huge kingdom to loot. Or what was the other one? Quests, right? Like they try to be a lot more RPG-ish. There's so many things you can do here, and I'm sure they want to add this over time. And I don't want to, obviously it's early access, but it's still like some sort of random encounters I think would be very nice. And if there's any time to be bold, it is the early access. And that is something that I'm pretty adamant on, because people always say, oh, you can't critique it, it's early access. But at the same time, then do risky stuff, right? Like, if not now, when are you gonna do it? And I know this doesn't seem like very targeted feedback, but I just can't shake the feeling that there's not much going on right now. And as they said, they kind of scraped together.
Why does this look like this right
fine
now?
and dandy.
What is this?
Doesn't seem like very targeted feedback, but
oh, this
I
was
just can't
the
shake
review
the feeling
video.
that there's not much
Why was the
going on
Atlas
right now.
looking like this in the video? This is like saturation turned all the way up. So green.
And as they said, they kind of scraped together an Endgame, and that's all fine and dandy. I just want to notice that...
yeah,
like,
mephedral, that's what we said as well. Like, what did we say here? Oh yeah, Atlas time sinks need to change. Like, setting up maps with towers and tablets, it's just tedious, right? That's basically what you said. It's true. It's just tedious.
Surgically changing small things, I don't think will help here. I think you have to drop a bomb on here. Like, it has to
like cow level or something.
Completely and utterly not change, but
secret
be
levels.
a lot
secret
more
cow level
of anything. If I'm looking at this layout, I am just confused where I am at all times. I don't know what's going on here. I know that I can click on this and then I'm back to the start. But in general, it doesn't feel like I'm really following anything. We don't have any quests, right? Nothing to really go off of. So I really hope they can figure this out pretty soon so we can start exploring what they actually want to do with the endgame. Number 3, reduce endgame.
I couldn't agree more with this whole point here. This is, yeah, agree like 120% with this
figure
one.
this out pretty soon so we can start exploring what they actually want to do with the endgame. Number 3, reduce endgame downtime.
Also, an insight is most logical. Yeah, that's... He's definitely one of my go-tos. I don't really watch much other YouTubers when it comes to like Path of Exile. Sir Gog I like because he's just factual. He just presents data. I like that. I like Palsron, Captain Lance. Other than that, meh, I have to say. It's just reactionary
to juice up your
a lot
map
of the
is
time,
basically
and I don't like
to
that.
find a good
But
spot,
Palsron is amazing.
complete all the maps you don't want to run later, then do the tower, then put in a tablet so you
how
can
much I love this
do
game.
the
Atlas is
juicy
not the
stuff
reason
on
why.
the maps
Yeah,
that you want to run.
like I said
Kind
as
of
well,
like
I'm
make a
super
zone
positive
full
about
of
the game. I'm
juicers, and the
extremely
setup time
positive about the
takes-
game. Endgame, Atlas progression. Yes.
Number 3,
big
reduce
problem.
endgame downtime. The current
Endgame
way
downtime.
to juice up your map is
That's
basically
what we said here,
to find a
this
good
one.
spot, complete all the maps you don't
So
want to
we're
run later,
agreeing again.
then do the tower, then put in a tablet
Atlas
so you
time
can
sinks, we
do
called
the
it.
juicy stuff on the maps that you want to run. Kind of like make a zone full of juicers, and the setup time takes
Full of
quite a
juicers.
bit, and that is just currently not really fun, at
I
least
need a
in my
rejuicer.
opinion. So towers on its own have been revealed that they want to do more with towers. Towers are actually going to be real maps and whatnot. I don't know why. I personally think the best idea would be to just have a tower here. You click on it and you put in your tablet, right? And that's that. But the point I really want to drive home is that it's not just towers. It's like the setup in general that is annoying. And having more ways to complete stuff would be cool. Now, if they want to keep tablets, the only thing I've written down here is maybe give it a unique loot table. For example, make Prism of Beliefs only drop in towers or something. Not only would you make it more exciting and people actually wanted to complete it, it would also maybe spawn a meta where people are rushing towers, right? Like go from tower to tower to tower. So you have another playstyle that you can kind of pursue. Number 4 is the thing I don't think you really notice at the start, but the more you play and the more friction you get from doing the same thing over and over, the more it really strikes me how PoE 2 is more aesthetics than practicality currently, and I would really like to reverse that at least a little bit. And I call this kind of the well problem. So why does a well exist? Well, in theory, you could say there's no reason for it to exist.
Why does a well exist? Because PoE 2 devs love Diablo 2. PoE 2 devs are in love with Diablo 2.
But then again, you could make anything automated, right? You could make loot automated, everything just gets sucked up and you have zero friction in the game. Well, is it really a game then? The answer is no, and this is a very fine line.
I wouldn't know, Classic. I don't know anything about Diablo 4, so...
easy one. But for me personally, and I don't even mean to make this just about the well is just the perfect example of something that, for example, in Path of Exile 1 is just natural, right? You get back to your hideout, your flasks are filled. You can even, like, okay, just do this, and it's gonna be refilled, right? You do this, it's refilled. They don't really make that, like, a theme. It just doesn't really matter, right? It's just obvious. But in this game, you need to press a well. I'm not really sure why that is.
I think Palsron does not have like a huge problem with the well. I think he's just using the well as an example for what he thinks the problem is here. I do get that. I don't hate the well as well. This is this should not be like, this is the worst thing in PoE 2. So
now,
but it is a symptom. It is a symptom of something I do agree with a little bit with him.
Argue, well, it's very thematic, right? It is more RPG-ish. But, like, if you think about it, so you go to a well and you load up both your mana potion and your health potion. If this is about, like, RPG-ish, isn't it kind of weird that you're filling up the same, like, 2 different flasks from the same well? Is it just water that goes through a filter inside the flask? I'm getting silly,
now
obviously,
we're
but you kind of know what,
like
but what I'm trying to say is this sort of aesthetic over practicality is something that kind of goes through the whole game. For example, with vendor recipes being removed,
2 wells incoming. No,
to certain, I don't know, tablets where you have to recombine or you have to sell. There's no more just a vendor that does it all. Like I mentioned earlier, you have the towers. Instead of just clicking on them and going your merry way and do what you want to do, you have to first complete the tower. And now they're making the towers more of a thing, which seems like kind of they didn't really read the room correctly, right? So what I'm trying to say is this is something for them to figure out. Currently, for a game,
indeed,
like
it is.
Most ARPGs are also meant for long play sessions. It is a sweaty genre. So whereas in an RPG, maybe a single-player RPG or something, you would think that maybe you play a few hours a day. In ARPGs, I mean, there's a lot of people who play a ton, right? They take their week, even like if they don't have always have time to play, they take their weekend off. They go into an absolute like crazy session. And that's just kind of it. It's called grinding for a reason. Grinding gear games, right? And turns out if you grind a lot, you see all the small extra
not even 1,000 hours yet.
If you only have to do it once or twice, you don't notice that.
What am I doing even?
1,000, 2,000 times, you're gonna notice. And here I'd really like them to reevaluate some of the choices they've made. For example, remove vendor recipes. Some of these choices just seem to have been made to not be PoE 1, which I can understand, but I would really like for them to put practicality first. Number 5, make mapping more enjoyable and less frustrating.
I thought he was going to say mapping great again.
We can all kind of agree that the layouts are a little bit big and everything, and that's definitely something they should be working on. However, what irks me a little bit more are the map objectives or the lack thereof. Right now, our map objective is kind of just kill all rare monsters, but that doesn't really have to be the case, right? Kill all rare monsters makes sense if you have a very linear map, like I don't know, you have the rares here, right, on the way. And if you're missing them, then it's because you went too fast and you didn't kill them, or you just missed them, and that's kind of your fault.
I don't have a huge problem with any. I don't have a huge problem with any map other than Valve Factory. We can like delete Valve Factory, please. Delete. I don't think Mire is that bad. We just need more variety. Yesterday, I was in a very focused part of the Atlas yesterday, and I was playing the same map over and over again. I think I played like 12 Myers yesterday. And yeah, I wanted to shoot myself in a video game. Yo!
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Tulada! Thank you! Thank you for the gifted sub. Nice, first sub of the stream. Let's go. Why didn't you gift one to Glitched? Wait, let me do something.
Layouts in
Thank you for the
PvT
gifted
right
sub.
now are kind of like this, and then
Mr.
there's like small
Tulata.
crevasses somewhere or whatever. Maybe there's like weird things in between. And it is just kind of frustrating having to find every single rare that's like here and whatnot. In something like this, maybe killing the boss would make a lot more sense. Or even, for example, kill 70% of all monsters. Usually if you've done that, you have done your due diligence in terms of clear. And if there's 1 or 2 rares missing on the side, that's kind of whatever. Some other layouts, maybe you have to kill the boss or just randomize this completely and kind of, I don't know, throw a little bit of wrench in it, makes it a little bit fresher. Either way, I think that it's kind of silly having to kill all rare monsters every single time. It also makes it so different playstyles aren't really allowed as much, something like boss rushing or whatever, because in order to actually traverse here, it's not like in PoE1, for example.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Damn, gifted sub. Yo, Glitched. You can have the emotes now.
You can just skip a map, right, and not complete it. In order to traverse here,
Yo, Sky Lofi,
very much
what's
have
up?
to complete these. So making that more frustrating also makes mapping in general
Also,
more
remove
frustrating.
levers on
another
augury.
point here is,
Like it's just so weird. Like that is the only map that actually has something like that, right? I'm not opposed to having like unique things on certain maps, like having to pull a lever or like using whatever the fuck. But it's just so weird that it's just augury, right? It's just only on augury.
Is
Or
give
is
us
there
some
another map
agency
where
on
you
what
actually have
map
to do
we're
something
running.
like that?
I'm not really sure how to do that right now because they want
Yo,
this thing to
Sentinel,
be
what's
very,
up?
I don't know, rogue
Morning.
lightish, where you kind
Also,
of just have to
ZP
do.
dubs, hello,
and if there's a
guten
bad
Tag.
layout here, well, then
Hello.
tough shit, you can go around it, right? And that's all fine and dandy, but it would be cool that, for example, have like a currency that re-rolls it randomly, kind of like a Horizon Orb and Path of Exile 1. I don't know if that is the whole
good idea.
solution. I'm sure they're gonna have to rethink.
I like though, even though I love him so much, but he did kind of say in the beginning of the video, he did kind of say he didn't want to mention Path of Exile 1, right? He kind of mentioned it a lot so far.
How they do layouts.
I love
it's
you,
not
though.
like I love layouts. I could put it here as another point, but I think that is so much work that focusing on other stuff first is probably more realistic. Number 6,
I
buff
do agree,
armor.
Cross.
And yes, I said
that is something
buff
I do
armor.
every time as well.
I did not say buff
I feel like
melee.
it is important. That is something that is for me at least a normal thing in Path of Exile as well, right? Like having different setups for different things. Not every character needs to be excelling at everything, right?
And that is mainly because
Shadowrunner,
I
hello.
think that melee had
I appreciate
a pretty rough
your second mass video. I looted my first 2-time lost diamond this week. It was so easy with that relic setup. Nice! Amazing, David. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that video helped you. It's probably my favorite video that I ever did, the Sekama video. I think that is, in my opinion, my best video. So I'm glad it helps you.
rough start
Nice.
because they released maces first. And just in the whole ARPG genre in general, what kind of holds true is the slower attacks, the more clunky, the less people are going to like that. Some people absolutely love slam playstyle and that's their thing, but those are a small minority in general. If they had started, for example, with something more attack speed like swords or spears, I think the whole narrative of melee would have been a lot different. And we're going to talk about that as well. But armor is the big deal right now. So if you, for example, start as a warrior, you will notice that armor is not very strong and you don't really have much else to pick here. There's no life nodes on the tree. So you're kind of forced, quote unquote, if you want to do very hard content, into ES nodes. For example, would you see, I mean, I don't know if it's exactly this pathing, but this is, for example, the pathing I used here. A lot of the pathing you're going to see is something like this, or if you're a little bit more over there, you might even take Spiral into Depression. When you have this very awkward path.
Why did I have to put this? Why did I have to put this into the game? This is hello? To make it more relatable? Yeah. I'm playing a video game here. I don't want to be reminded of IRL stuff here. Hello?
Pathing, where you need to dedicate like half your passive tree towards energy shield, or
I didn't even know that node existed. Holy shit.
If they have the pathing
Spiral
capacity,
into depression. Oh my god.
To enhance reflexes, bestial skin, and acrobatics, and then just kind of try to make evasion work.
That's my new favorite node. My other favorite node was Pocket Sand. Where's Pocket Sand? Should be around this area here. Oh yeah, also a wish, by the way. If you put something in here, it needs to light the fuck up. Like, this is not enough. Where is it? Is it one word? No, right? I need to see it right away. I always like getting cooked and beef, right? Oh yeah. I like this one. Do you guys know the reference for that? Pocket Sand?
Briefcase.
What the hell are you doing?
Give it. Pocket sand.
So yeah,
here to take
that was all. That's my favorite node.
Very efficient 2-pointers.
King of the Hill.
Come
Yes,
from the bottom,
exactly.
Kind of
always
I
gotta have
it is
sand
very
in your
awkward
pocket in
that
case you need to
your main
fight.
defense is not really like in your main area. And this is something that they have to tackle. And I think that buffing armor is really the only way to make melee builds and left side builds in general more efficient. Now, the reason why they have to buff armor first up is because mobs hit for more in PoE 2 relative to HP. Now, if you want to know more about the armor formula, there is quite a big of a change to PoE 1. They actually made armor a lot worse than in PoE 1 for some reason, even though enemies hit harder. And armor gets worse and worse the bigger the hit is. If you want to check that out, Crip has, I think, 2 or 3 videos about that topic, so I'm not going to talk about that again.
Really good.
But people have been noticing.
There's no way armor is not getting buffed, right? There's no way, right? We didn't even put it on here. Armor buff, life buff. Yeah, there's no way.
Noting that there is kind of an issue, and one of the biggest issues is actually that armor only works for fizz damage. And in PoE 1, that's a little bit less of an issue because you have other ways to solve elemental damage. You have a lot more access to LE.
I don't know, don't quote me, but I think ES... I think rather than just having a ES nerf, I think it would be better just to lift up armor and life builds. And just keep ES the way it is. And just make the other stuff better. I think that is better than just... You can have... Yeah, but that's... Is that practical though? You can have so much ES, yeah. But what they... With Grim Feast, yeah, that's... Grim Feast is gonna get nerfed. Yes. ES in general?
Other shenanigans
I don't
than
know.
just that. You can scale as much life as you want, but if armor is really just a solution for physical damage and it does nothing against chaos or LE, that's kind of an issue. So before we get more tools, what can we do?
That's the main problem about armor, right? It's just like only physical damage reduction that... Sorry, that's nothing.
Coincidentally, Last Epoch actually has a very nice solution that
Last
makes
Epoch
armor
mentioned.
work for LE damage as well, but at less of an effectiveness, right? So that you still don't get a super strong defense, you just have something there. And in general, the armor formula will still have to be adjusted even if they do this. That's how bad armor is. But yeah, one thing that makes me a little bit nervous is they actually had an interview where Mark kind of talked about armor as if it kind of existed, which I find a little bit troubling because he said like 15% that we're going to do something in the future. But it felt like he thought it just needed some adjusting. Whereas I really, after playing my totem build, I really feel like it just doesn't really exist. Like compared to evasion and energy shield, it's like basically non-existent. So it would be like making armor good would literally be like giving this part of the tree defense, right? Like it would be such a big deal. And it's not just about like adjusting a few numbers. It is literally needed, like much needed, especially with the archetypes that are the most in enemies' faces. So I really hope they address this as soon as possible. And the option 2, like I said, give better options for max res and LE damage in general. Obviously you can get 2 max res on jewels on suffixes, but that is like only 1 res. So you would have to stack, I think, 22 jewel suffixes to get to 90 max res, and there just isn't really any tools there. There's very little all maximum LE res right now. Another thing, if everything is OP, nothing is OP. The way we approach
there is a actual philosophy behind that.
To get movement speed in PoE2 is from
give more movement speed options
from 10% all the way to 35% increased. I think 30 starts at level 70.
I'm so in like seeing this. By the way, I don't know how I didn't do a ranger build yet. Ranger seems so
starts
cool.
At level 70 and then 35.
Ranger seems so cool.
And it's kind of like a must-have unless you are a Temporalis build, which I mean is completely out there.
That's why I'm really excited for Huntress, because I really want to go for something evasion, dexterity, movement, attack based. Because I kind of missed the boat on Ranger.
See what happens to that. But it really feels right now that we don't have much agency. And it's not just that we don't have much agency or that I need like PoE1 zooming. I definitely do not. Whenever you get your character level higher and higher, it's nice to see progression on the screen. Getting more damage and more defense when enemies also get stronger is not really something you see. It's not a progression. In PoE1, for example, when you start out versus where you end up is a crazy
sounds
journey.
nice,
like,
Cross.
Going from whatever you do on day 1 to a Mage Blood build is like mind-blowing. In PoE2, it's kind of like you get from 30% to 45% movement speed.
Look at this
like,
build.
Okay.
Crossbow.
I guess now I'm at this part of the tree, 2% extra
that looks
speed.
cool.
I get an emerald
This
with
looks
2%
cool.
movement speed, and it just feels very lackluster. It doesn't really feel like you're making much progress.
This looks cool though. What is this?
That power level also kind of got translated to the screen. You have this very awkward Temporalis at the end that you can get when you're basically entering cheat codes, right? Sure, that can happen, but until then, something to keep you going and let you know that you're progressing would be very nice. Example
what
would
is this? Cast on dodge unearth, or what is this?
When you're basically
cast on dodge on Earth, right? Or what is this?
Sure, that can happen, but until then, something to keep you going
Totems?
and let you know that you're progressing would be very nice. Example would be like in D4 or whatever, like move
Unearth,
speed on
but the area of effect is wild. Yeah,
I'm not really
it
sure
is.
what the solution here is, but I'm sure we could sprinkle a little bit more somewhere. Another idea that somebody had was maybe give a little bit of base movement speed
Never saw that one
every
before.
10 levels or so. That would also alleviate a little bit of that, but yeah. I don't want the game to be PoE1. I would just like it to be a little bit more responsive, especially because enemies are hella fast in this game. Number 8, more agency for crafting. And I'll be honest here, I don't think I have too much of constructive feedback here because I don't really know how you cannot be PoE1 and actually do it better. I think PoE1, while being very convoluted,
I can't take the evasion builds to random one-shots. Yeah, that will happen on every build.
A lot of sense, and a lot of them
I can see Grim Feast costing 100 spirit upkeep. I think just increasing the spirit on Grim Feast is not gonna do anything. I like your videos very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think Grim Feast will be nerfed more than just spirit increase. It's too strong even if it costs 100 spirit. It's still too strong, even in that case.
Yeah, that's what a lot of PoE2 players don't like to hear, but it's just, I don't know what else. Otherwise, I can just say, go wild, do some more stuff, make omens more accessible. One thing I will say that's a little bit hypocritical and a little bit weird from people who say, no, they don't want Orb of Scourings, they don't want this and that. From
Quick sale. I found this channel because you've been in Glitch Chat. Nice. Maybe Mr. 9 Lives, I'll watch your vids. You don't have to, ZP Dubs. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. There we go. Thank you for a trade. Okay, yeah, we need to sell some more stuff. I need to liquidate before everything is gonna be forgotten about in my stash space. I'm gonna keep this Temporalis 100%. Let me watch your videos, like and subscribe. Oh yeah, I mean, anyone that found me through Twitch, I kind of started on YouTube. Yeah, I kind of started on YouTube. For some weird reason, this channel kind of grew a lot in December and January. I only started streaming on Twitch in last month. I started streaming last month. So yeah, for some reason this we grew quite a bit. Now my tattoo starts itching a little bit already. Shouldn't start itching right now. No. Okay, where were we?
From PoE1 is, well, I mean, the game still takes stuff
PoE2,
from PoE1, right? Like,
stream community is just a bunch of gambling editors and mathematicians.
Exactly
yes.
even more, do exactly the same in PoE1.
No itching, dirty
so they
peasant.
clearly
No.
are borrowing from PoE1, and they are very
I found you and Prada on YouTube around the same time. Both of you guys have a deserving blow.
So I don't see why
Thank you so much,
a little bit more. Maybe
Prada is amazing.
A little bit.
I
I'm not
love him
saying
to
Order of
death.
Scarrings need to be in the game.
Honestly, I do feel like that, like, no glazing. Prada is probably my favorite streamer right now. He's just so funny. It's not even funny. I was about to say no. He's just so naturally funny. I'm a little bit jealous. I'm jealous of him. Don't tell him.
But there could definitely be done a lot more here. That's all I'm gonna say for now. And number 9 is very important to me. It is nerf mid league. And this is something where I'm a little bit hypocritical because I was complaining last league in the first week that there was nerfs. If you didn't know, the first 3 or 4 builds that I played while leveling all got nerfed every single time.
Oh, new Prada
trigger
emotes.
skills,
Nice.
gas grenade, gas arrow.
Did you get second skin on the tattoo? Yes.
I got very
always
bitchy
do.
about it. I'm gonna straight up tell you.
I
However,
always get second skin.
It's not in the way that I don't want them to do that. It's just something where I was
every
frustrated
single tattoo I've had second skin, and for the type of tattoo I'm always getting, it's just the best, and it was always perfect. I've never had like any type of problems with it. Everything just healed super nicely. But the main problem this time is, or no, not main problem, but the problem this time is, it's like very close to my ear, and I'm wearing my headset right now. I maybe need to not wear my headset on the right side.
However, it's not in the way that I don't want them to do that. It's just something where I was frustrated because of the gold
Never had any itch
cost.
in the eye. It was just due to the
I
headset
couldn't really
being
respect
on there.
my character. I didn't have enough gold, so I literally had to reroll in some situations. We're talking like day 1, not day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4.
I really
stuff like
hope,
that,
by
which
the
is
way,
very
they do
awkward.
this again,
And
where you have to sub to a channel to get a pad or something. Like, no joke, that would be amazing for me.
If the gold cost had been lower, and I would have to been
To be
more
transparent
flexible,
with you
I
guys,
wouldn't really have
that would
minded.
be
But
super
it
cool
seems
for
like
me
they got a
for
lot of
someone
backlash
trying to
in
make it
general
as a
from those
streamer.
changes in week 1, and they kind of said, "Oh, we're gonna chill a little bit with
Copa.
the nerfs." And I find that pretty sad because now what they've established
Well,
is
at
this
least
thing where they
tomorrow
said,
we will
we're
have
gonna do
drops
it
here,
like
right?
PoE1 leagues, where we're not gonna interfere during the leagues. We're only going to do very little things, and that just doesn't make sense for me in early access. They're going to make so many sweeping changes over and over and over until they find a formula that fits. And I honestly feel like this could...
This whole point here, I will listen to it again because I kind of got distracted a little bit. This whole point here, I think he's absolutely right. I do agree with the sentiment, but it's a very slippery slope. I think if you nerf mid-league, even if it is in an early access, the crying will be immeasurable. Imagine, like this league that we're currently playing, imagine they nerfed Spark like 2 months ago. Imagine the crying. Just imagine. It would be immeasurable amounts of tears.
If you didn't know,
saltiness.
The first 3 or 4 builds that I played while leveling all got nerfed every single time. Trigger skills, gas grenade.
I do agree with the sentiment, but I disagree that it is something they need to do.
Arrow.
I think
I kind of had to redo everything over and over, and I got very
in an ideal world,
I'm gonna straight up tell you. However,
they just do enough testing beforehand, right?
I don't want them to do that. It's just something where I was frustrated because of the gold cost. At the start, I couldn't really respec my character. I didn't have enough gold, so I literally had to reroll in some situations. We're talking like day 1, not day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, stuff like that, which is very awkward. And if the gold cost had been lower and I would have to been more flexible, I wouldn't really have minded. But it seemed like they got a lot of backlash in general from those changes in week 1, and they kind of said, oh, we're gonna chill a little bit with the nerfs. And I find that pretty sad because now what they've established is this thing where they said, we're gonna do it like PoE1 leagues where we're not gonna interfere during the leagues. We're only going to do very, very little things. And that just doesn't make sense for me in early access. They're going to make so many sweeping changes over and over and over until they find a formula that fits. And I honestly feel like this could all have been avoided by just giving easier access to respecs, at least at the very start. Maybe even make it free. I'm not sure why there has to be friction with that and why they can't just... Like, I understand it's really annoying to have your build nerfed.
I don't know.
Had that
I agree and
over
I disagree as well.
Like,
I absolutely get his point. But
it's more important to me that the game gets
super
good
slippery
over a long
slope,
period of time
even in early access,
than like some crawls in the short term. Something like Herald of Ice or Hand of Wisdom in Action or Pillar of the Cage God should just not have been in the game for this long, especially because if you have such outliers and you're gonna make it so people play those outliers.
Didn't even mention Spark or Archmage.
Now people would flock to other builds, so you could get more data
in
other versions of like certain build types and whatnot. I think it's just all around bad to have these here and not have the tools to nerf it as soon as possible. We're in the Wild West right now. Why not nerf it? And yeah, like I said, I was also bitchy in week 1. I think this could be all kind of alleviated by giving people extremely easy access to respecs. We are in early access, but do the changes you need to do and don't wait for them for months. And that's about all I got to say about Path of Exile 2 right now. I'm in it for the ride. I want this game to get better and better over time. I'll be here, whether it takes a year, whether it takes 3 years. Either way. In the meantime, I'm actually pretty stoked about 0.2. I was at first a little bit lukewarm, but now that it gets closer and closer, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'll be streaming it over on twitch.tv/Palstron and join the Discord if you want alerts. But in general, I just want to get PoE2 into a state where
Palstron is definitely
to me
on
that
the more logical side.
Where you wake up and you're like, oh
commented
my God,
earlier.
get to my PC. And currently the feeling I have is
I really like Palstron. He
builds.
seems like very level-headed, very logical.
But then at some point the novelty kind of falls off, especially once I get into this here. And while last league I did actually have some fun.
Damn, he has 3 charms. Wait.
With repetitive ultimatums.
Charm
I don't really
build.
mind repetitive stuff. And maybe this league I'll just do second must if I don't enjoy it again. I would really like for them to make a lot more out of this, and that's also why a lot of my points
You're very pleasant to watch and listen to. Thank you so much.
But yeah, as always, after the reveal stream, I'm going to talk about what's new. I'm going to talk about what our league start builds in general. It's obviously very busy in April, also with last epoch and stuff like that. But yeah, in general, stay tuned. And since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time.
He doesn't have a slogan? God damn it. Just say good morning every video that you do. And boom, you have a slogan. And then add some Arnie memes on top. Easy. Let's think of a slogan for Palstron. Hey, it's me, your pal. Steron. No. Okay, that's a no. I'm out of ideas. Okay, let's see here. Wait, did I remove everything? Cast on critical. I removed everything. Damn. Okay, cast on critical. Oh yeah. Slogan. Hey guys. I think his slogan is saying that he doesn't have a slogan. Ah, okay. It's your boy coming at you with another Path of Exile video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Smash the like button. annihilate my notification, whatever the fuck. Join the Discord. So sorry. Okay, comment. Where's my comment? Spell echo. I already forgot again. Energy retention. Chill out, bro. Okay, I will now. Now I shall chill. I need to open my own guide. I need to open my own video. Because I forgot what I put in here. Ani OnlyFans incoming. How do you know I don't have an OnlyFans? You don't know that, right? Haha. Damn, I'm actually wait, am I actually using magnified effect? Spell echo, impetus, energy retention. Wait, am I actually? It's actually using magnified effect? Energy retention? And impetus, I mean? Actually not sure if I use this. On the comments, but well. Cast on freeze, we used, of course. And for that one, we used Eye of Winter. We used it with Scatter Shot. Nice, I'm typing scat. Amazing. Acceleration. Ricochet. And Pierce. Full projectile. Like that, like that, like that. Also, Archmage needs to go back. Level 21 Archmage with Clarity. Is that it? Oh no. Arctic Armor. Oh, Blink. Yeah, Blink. We're missing Blink. Level 19? Wait, I don't have a level 20 Blink. Oh, this is the wrong one. Blink. No, this is 2 slots as well. Wait. Let's add a slot to Blink. I don't know why, but... So, Ingenuity. There was like some other stuff. I forgot though. There was some other thing you could use on Blink. Okay. We're back. We're back on the build. Second wind? No, I don't like second wind. I do not like second wind on Blink. See you tomorrow. Yo, Mephedro. See you tomorrow. Wait until you find out about Rabbit's hidden feed cam. You mean the sub cam? Yeah. Why Mac on Comet? Just for mapping. It's either Mac or Conk concentrated effect. I'm actually not sure what else I was using on the Comet. But for mapping, I feel like Magnified is pretty nice. I also feel like... I think for mapping this is kind of fine like this. It doesn't really...
Not yet.
What was that? Damn. What was that? No drop frames, but... Unbreakable could be something, right? Yeah. Can even buy his socks? Shh, don't tell anyone. Elon's maps? Yes, of course. It's maps with at least 4 things on it. Haha. Okay. I will go bathroom. real quick. I drank like 2 Red Bulls. I don't know why, but I did. And then, yeah, let's see what we're doing for the rest. Oh, first thing we're doing is turn on music again.
Good morning.
Okay. Double dream frag, high ingenuity. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, double dream. I think, double dream, like, stacking increased percentage mana does not as much as getting 1 percentage mana and 1 high flat one, right? The percentage mana increase doesn't do anything if you don't have any flat mana, right? So that's really important. Yo, thank you for the follow, by the way. Shadow Runner for on Twitch, that is. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. What's the minimum for a Simulacrum T4 completion, like damage and all that? That's really hard to say, Dead Zone. It's not just about damage. It's not just about damage. There's no secret to Simulacrum, basically.
Good morning.
It's not only getting like a certain amount of damage and you magically complete it. It's so much different stuff. Rich79 as well. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I wanted to try something. I actually wanted to not use comets. I actually wanted to try something else than comets on this. So we're not using comets. We're not using magnified. We are using energy retention and impetus though. I wanted to try Arc. Arc instead of comets. Because when the comets land, most of the stuff is already dead. Most of the time. Do I have a level 20 gem? No, I don't. Fuck. Yo, Papa Sven! Hello! Welcome. Welcome back. So, I wanted to try Arc. And with Chain. What is something we can use on Arc as well? It's not a projectile, right? No. What's another thing we could use on Arc? Arc doesn't work, right? No. Double Arc? I like that.
Wrong.
What's wrong? Double Arc? I don't know why, but I like that idea. Let's get some maps. I don't know. I don't have the energy to craft maps right now. Let's just do random. Let's just do random maps. Whatever. We don't care anymore. This one. This one. This one. Also, I did too many. I did too many delirium maps. So I'm happy not doing delirium today.
Good morning.
Yo, thank you for the follow again. Oh, ZP Dubs following as well now. Thank you so much. Welcome. Just wasting some orbs.
Put the cookie down! Now!
Now! Come on, do it! Yeah, everyone has like a shit ton of channel points. Because a lot of you probably don't know, but on accident, like 3 days ago or something, on accident I refunded all the channel points. So everyone's rich now on channel points. I wanted to refund one person, and on accident I refunded all of the channel points. So yeah. Oof. I don't even see the Ix. Is it enabled? Yeah, it is. It is. Oh.
Not yet.
I'm in the corner. Only 4k here, poor soul. Gotta watch more. Ix have the same problem as Comet. Yeah, everything is just dead. Everything is just dead. I mean, that's a good thing though. We don't even need the cast on critical for mapping. Kinda redundant. Am I doing something wrong if things I list for sale don't show up when I search them? Yeah, I think so. They should show up. Should be showing up. You should be able to see your own sales. Damn, I wish for the mapping setup you could get corrupted magic jewels with movement speed and area of effect. That would just be so nice. Imagine we would stack area of effect on top of movement speed here. That would be so good. Just huge novas. Just press nova once on a screen. Done. If gemning stays the same for 0.2, right? It will take a lot for me to not play gemning. Because as league starter, I mean. Because it would just be like so safe. So that's gonna be interesting to see tomorrow. If gemning doesn't change at all, if there's no nerfs to gemning, my brain would be saying play gemning for a league start. I don't know why though. Any stuff and currency will be gone after the patch. I mean, not gone, no. But you won't be able to play the new league with your old stuff. But it's not gone. It just goes into standard mode. Are you hyped? I am definitely hyped. I'm hyped for tomorrow, yes. Oh yeah, I should do the ad again, right? I should do the ad again. Give me 1 second here. Quick ad again on our Discord. We have an event here. Oh, I need to turn off streamer mode for now. Give me 1 second. So we have an event here on our Discord. I will post it to global chat again on our nice little Discord. If you want to join the Discord, I'll link it in the chat. So we have our super nice Discord here. Damn, we're actually at over 1,000 members now on Discord. I linked it here again in the global chat. Tomorrow, you can click on this event here. You can click interested, and it will automatically convert to your time zone and stuff. So tomorrow we will watch the reveal stream here on the channel. We will do watch party. We will watch it here. You can get the Twitch drops on this channel here as well. So that will be tomorrow, and then we will discuss, we will theory craft. Tomorrow is going to be a very long stream after the reveal as well. We're going to theory craft after. We're going to maybe look for what's going on, and yeah, tomorrow is going to be exciting. And yeah, also, I know most of you, that's interesting to them. Twitch drops will also be here. Afternoon stream, what the crap? Yes, Matt. Hello. I might be addicted to streaming. I had a tattoo appointment today, and I wasn't even planning on streaming today. But yeah, I got bored. I was trying to watch other PoE streamers and watching YouTube videos and stuff, and I just got bored. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stream then. At what time start? It's gonna be in... The reveal stream is gonna be in... How many hours? Like 20... What is it? Like 23 hours? 22 and a half? I will start stream like a few hours before... I will start the stream tomorrow a few hours before the reveal stream. So you can come in here already. Amazing song, by the way. Boredom is good for us then. It's still amazing to me that some of you are actually happy that I'm streaming, and that's such an amazing feeling to me, that to bring joy to people in this way. This is like insane to me. With arms wide open. Same time zone as you? Yeah. I start stream around 6 PM CET tomorrow. I will update in Discord. Is this thing out of time? Isn't it crazy? What you mean? I saw your new video, by the way, Dilettant. I checked out your new video. I dropped a like. Our parents' generation watch football? Ah, okay, yeah. We watch what we like to play. Yeah. It's basically it's the same thing, right? But it's better because you can actually communicate here and... My OBS put in the wrong audio channels. Oh no. It wasn't supposed to sound like that. Mark cast that rabbit. Nice. Damn, I'm selling something for 50x. Damn, MVP me. It used my webcam mic. Oh no. Oh no. It's the right one, right? Yeah, that, I don't know if I have more stuff that is 50x. Probably no. When I work in IT, oh no. Oh no. That's not supposed to happen. So how is Firesword? Don't ask. Oh banger? Yeah, that's why I turned down the PoE volume. No, fire is unimaginably bad. Unimaginably bad. Such a good song, right? I'll always be there when you're ahead. Is there a lightning to fire conversion? Yes. I tried it yesterday. Super shit as well. Like, I tried it yesterday as well. This was a line I went with yesterday. So yesterday I optimized the tree from a blood mage. Like completely just going this line here. No, which line? Yeah, this one. This line, all these fire nodes, all these fire nets, and then going into these fire nodes here, and all the way down here to Avatar of Fire, still absolutely shit. I don't know how. I feel like they forgot some zeros with fire builds or something. They must have forgotten something. Because I was so desperate, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go Archmage then. No, still bad. Still super bad. Yeah, I stacked Magnitude of Ignite as well. I tried just power stacking Magnitude of Ignite, didn't do anything as well. Ignite is just bad. That's why I think it's gonna be better. No, it's probably gonna be buffed. There's no way they didn't notice how bad it is as well in the GGG studio. There's no way. Yeah, exactly. That's like a huge problem of Ignite. We are deferring a lovely divine, I guess. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the problem, right? Why would you want... Like, it's... Needs to be tied to each other more, or... Yeah, like, both need to be better, though. Fire hits need to be bigger, and Ignite needs to hit bigger, basically. Is this build expensive, this one? No, not really. You can make this work on any budget level. With varying degrees of potency, obviously, but you can make this work on pretty much every budget level. As I'm using it right now, it is pretty expensive, yes, due to the Ingenuity and the Dream Fragments. Also, this ATD is like 70 or something, but other than that, it's not that expensive, to be honest. It's very standard gear. And also, you save a lot on the wand here, since it can also be a cold wand, and those ones are not really that expensive. You can also use a fire wand. You can also use a lightning wand, that's possible as well. You can use a wand with no no plus spells at all. Doesn't really matter. Wait. Did I forget? Oh, this one. Hello? Why is he so tanky? What was that? Didn't just die right away. What is that? That's what I did. It buffed all my hits and it worked for fire, but to be honest, amazing armor and in my demon so but yeah. Yeah. I think demon form might be the best fire build right now, right? The only viable fire builds I've seen were like cast on minion death, like barrier invocation. Is that a fire build though? I don't know. Like comets, something like that. It's the only way, yeah, right? That's the problem, is that fire skills all have serious performance issues. Yeah. Yep. Yep. True. Fireball seems nice, but also gimmicky. Yeah. All of the, like, when you just look at the fire skills, all of, like, I'm talking sorceress fire skills right now. If you look at them, it looks super cool. Like, Flame Blast looks cool. Firestorm is basically like Blizzard from Diablo 2, but fire. Incinerate has been a staple of most ARPGs, like if Incinerate style fire thing, Solo Orb. Like, all of them look super nice, but they just don't do damage for some reason. Thought that I heard you sing. They just need to buff and the damage does all, yeah. Just buff them, forehead. Hello, it's my ex-girlfriend. Nice. What are you doing with all divs? What do you mean? From stash? We might go for some crazy content once we are end of league here, like super end league, so maybe we gamma them away, maybe we try to create a perfect item or something. Let's see. I want to turn it into some more content for the next week or something. I'm not sure what we do yet though. What did I miss something? Trade them all into wisdom scrolls and be the wisest in the game. Yeah, that's why I go int characters most of the time. I didn't get any int in real life, so I have to get it in the game here. Make a video and try to divine Aventur's Gamble to perfect. Oh god. The perfect Venters. That's not a bad idea. Spoiler, it won't happen, yeah. Did someone actually do the math once for perfect venters? That's... I think literally perfect is like... That's like getting hit by lightning. Can use all the divines ever dropped in PoE? Yeah. I mean, perfect venture. I was kind of thinking you meant like perfect in the sense of... Oh wait, what am I doing? Why I keep running here? You actually had to song command this song, Dilettant? I'm surprised. It's like 1 in 250 with streamer client. Have to burn some divs off stream. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're gonna try to create a mirror tier item, kinda. That was kind of my idea. What we do with all this stuff. I haven't really used any omens so far this league. I need to sell all these. Look at these rings here. We need to sell all of this. There's still so much more stuff here we need to liquidate, kinda. Wait, what am I selling? Pain? Yeah. Lulu. The playlist loves Weezer for some reason the past few days. Always plays all the Weezer songs that are in the playlist. When is the 4th, actually? So tomorrow is 27th, right? So the 4th is... Let's check here. It's next Friday. Damn, the release is also on a Friday? Holy... Oh, it's gonna be so hype. It's gonna be so hype. It's gonna be so hype. Grind weekend, yeah. Absolutely. Let's check. Oh damn, audience. Okay, I was about to say let's check if we even need to do the last ritual here. But yes, we do. There's an audience in there. Start time release yet? I don't think so. It will probably be in the evening again. So it's like midday for US and evening for Europe, basically. I will start stream a few hours before, so it's not the smartest thing to do just for me playing wise, because I will probably stay up like 24 hours or something. But I still want to start a little bit before, just like to catch some new viewers, right? Also, I need to figure out how to do this kind of like the timer stuff, because I do want to do like a subathon or subathon like thing. I do realize that I'm not like even close to big enough for a subathon actually, but at least have like something tied to subs. That would be cool. Easy for pre-stream all your goals and stuff, yeah. So how do I get rid of my wife and kids for a week? Murder. I'm joking. In a video game. I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. Shrine hideout. %9 delirious. Sent to grandparents? Yeah, actually, right? Act like you got a real bad... Oh, you have the strategies here. You have the strategies here.
One down. Who's next?
Or just actually get COVID. or just actually get the sickness you're you're acting like you have. Advanced strategies. Actually get sick. Fake your own death. Just finished T4 Simulacrum, got all my Atlas 3 points. Nice, let's go. Yeah, T4 Simulacrum. Very good. Very good. Very good on you. That's a good feeling, right? Can the Blood Mage Temporalis build work on an Infernalist? Yes, it can, but not as well. Not as good, I will say. Blood Mage is definitely the most ideal Ascendancy for it, due to the easy crit capping. But you can make this. You can probably make it work on every character. That is mainly a testament to Temporalis and Trample Toe. You could probably make this work on any Ascendancy. But yeah, Blood Mage is the most ideal one due to crit capping. Just lock the door and grind away. You just hear banging on the door all weekend. Hello? Hello? Papa? Will you stream today, tomorrow in the morning? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I will have to talk to my wife. Most likely it's gonna be a little bit later, so I will start like a few hours before the GGG stream. Daddy can't talk, he's fighting demons. Yeah, exactly. Someone has to fight the demons. You don't understand. If I don't continue right now, the demons win. Wait, what was that? Wait, you're not subbed? Okay, I will repost. There we go. Yeah, no links, unfortunately, if you're not subbed. But I can repost. I have a day off, I need to clean my apartment, I need some entertainment. This video is exactly how should do and what to expect. Yeah, we are a video watching stream today, so why not? Why not? What is this?
Hey Mom, what you doing?
Cooking dinner.
I miss Daddy.
We all do.
Mommy, what's that?
Surprise.
Oh my god!
How are you, babe? Hey, Toshi.
Hey, it's Dad.
Hey, sport.
I thought you weren't due back home until January.
Yeah, the internet went out, so I'm back.
Daddy, you need a shower.
Oh, yeah?
Wait.
Over there for...
Xbox controller.
Oh, yeah? I was over there for a long time, Pumpkin.
Over there?
Yeah, over there on the couch.
Well, dinner's ready.
Okay. Yeah. I still remember, like... was it Modern Warfare 2? I think Modern Warfare 2 was mine. The guy was in the zone, yeah. That is gonna be us for PoE. I don't have kids though, so... Damn. Let's go. Monsters in Daddy's room, you have to fight them for the next 60 hours. Oh my god, Sebastian. Yeah. Traumatize the children in the process as well. Yeah, nice. If Daddy doesn't fight the demons for the next 60 hours, they will be permanently under your bed. Go tell mommy. My brother used to be one of them trick shooters. That's parenting. Yeah. Traumatizing? Yeah. Traumatize the children, then just give them an iPad so they shut up. Parenting in 2025. Last time I flew, I don't know. Did I go to Vienna or something? I think I flew to Vienna or something. And on the airport, in the seating area before the boarding gate, there were like parents with a young child, and the child was just like raging hard. And they just gave the child an iPad, and he took the iPad and just smashed it on the ground. And the face of the parents I will never forget. They completely smashed the shit out of the iPad. Damn, that was like super bad ritual tribute. Yeah, thank you, Meyer. Cool kids, yeah. It was funny though. as someone just from the outside, it was funny. As the parents, probably not so much. Probably not so much. Okay. Yeah. We were actually short prediction stream for tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be the big day. First big day, I should say. Yeah, we have some, I will save this. We have some wishes for tomorrow. Let's see tomorrow. Like I said before, in the Discord, event is posted into the Discord again, into the global chat. If you want to get notified when it goes live in your time zone, you can click interested here. That is going to be tomorrow. Rabbit fears nothing, no. Yeah, thank you all so much. Short bonus stream basically today. We shall return to normal streaming times very soon. Again, today was an exception due to the tattoo appointment.
Good morning.
So yeah. Tomorrow will be probably a little bit later because I will start the stream a few hours before the reveal because I want to be here after the reveal as well for probably some time. Camanolas, by the way, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, let's raid someone and then see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow. Let's see here. Let's go with Farham this time. I'm raiding Prada every day. Today it's gonna be Farham. Give him some love and see you guys tomorrow. Love you.
Pretty decent map. Horrible map. Horrible. Thank you, Shoe Babe. Yes. I can't wait for the new league. I'm excited. So far, I've killed no bosses. I've done no endgame content with it so far. That was the hardest thing I've done with it.